So, Madia,
What's up, Dawood?
why do you look like you've been crying all day?
Okay.
I told you you're not going to like the way that I want to start this.
Oh my god. I'm not crying. It makes me feel like I'm crying.
You're not crying, you just feel like you're crying?
Listen,
There's a lot that you have to tell me.
This is $80 worth of concealer on my face.
Okay, it doesn't look like you're crying. I only said that because you told me you were crying.
Okay.
What, you don't want to go right into it?
We can. It's fine.
Then tell me.
Go ahead.
Why are you getting tight butthole about it? You have a lot to tell me.
Yeah.
So Madia sent me a text. Madia sent me a text. What did you say? You want to pull it up exactly as it is?
Yeah, let me just pull it up. What did I say?
So I was just chilling, having a great time, great day. Everything was fine. Everything was perfect. You know, we were out here planning Madia's wedding, and you know, I was calling the videographers and the photographers and making sure that the vendors and the arrangements and everything's okay. And then Madia texted me and she said,
"Hey, bud, I broke off my engagement with fill in the blank yesterday, so I'm not gonna need the photographer anymore." And Dawood said, "Stop."
Because I'm a whore for drama.
And then I go, "Can you let them know so they can book other people?" And he goes,
I still have to tell them.
"What about the photos with Fergie? Because let me tell you."
Oh, that's what I'm most excited about.
This is what I'm so depressed about when it came to deleting the photos. Was my Fergie was looking real good. Okay, I'm gonna give a little shout out. So what happened was Ferguson's outfits got here before mine did. I went on Instagram and I found this tailor in India, and I sent him Ferguson's measurements. So I took his measurements and I sent them to the tailor in India, and I got 5 sherwanis for Ferguson to wear for each of the events.
5 sherwanis. Here's the thing, though. You can always save that for the next person.
It's still raw right now.
No, I'm like so serious. No, I'm so serious because look, like realistically, right? Yeah. It's not going to be this one. Oh, so no. You still have. I
still have 4 more outfits I haven't.
Yeah, you have the outfits for the future preparation.
You're absolutely right. That would think positively.
There you go.
Yes.
There's many fish.
And then I go, I have to delete them. And Dawood goes, "Madiha!" And I'm like, "Yes." And Dawood goes, "Was he an abuser?" F him. I was like, no, he was a pathological liar.
So what did he lie about?
And then,
where do you want to start? Where do you want to start with this whole thing?
What do you
want to get into how you guys met? You want to get into like all that?
Sure. You want to rewind a little and talk about how we met? Because it was very interesting.
Yeah, let's go back in time.
Okay.
Where did you guys meet?
We started talking July of 2025. And so technically, like, this one came out of nowhere for me because I didn't want it. Okay. What had happened was my mom had this rishta auntie, right? Her name.
Wait, this was through
This was through proper channels.
This was the proper evidence.
Yeah. This wasn't no dating apps. Oh. This wasn't like me at a coffee shop and he like hit on me or anything like that. This was like a legit rishta auntie who operates out of Paris.
That's crazy. She couldn't even vet him. That's why this happened.
From Mumbai.
She couldn't even vet him.
No. So here's the thing. She has this like little network of 4 other people. There's 4 of them. There's one in Dubai. There's one in Karachi. There's one in the States. And then there's one in Paris. And they all work together and they have this network of single people. And they like match these single people up, right? And if it's a success, you pay her $1,500.
Oof.
Which I'm going to need a refund on.
Yeah. So how do we define success? Is it marriage date? I think
it's like ring on. I don't know. I thought it was like when the papers are signed and they take me off the lot. Yeah, you gotta get the marriage
proposal, the rukhsati, all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're supposed to take me off the lot.
I don't know why you already paid.
I don't know. He just took for a test drive and put me right back. So I don't know what to do. I need my $1,500 back, please. Thank you. She had a $300 retainer. Can we just talk about this for a minute?
Wait, like my mother wanted me to retainer?
My Pakistani mother who uses coupons, okay, wanted me married so bad that she was willing to pay $1,800 to evict me from my home.
I wouldn't say evict.
That woman's been trying to evict me since I came out of her. That was one eviction.
She evicted you out of her first.
She evicted me out of her first, and now she's trying to evict me out since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you guys met.
So anyways, no, we didn't meet. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you exactly what happened. So this lady gave my mom this profile, right? And my mom loves sending me these little Rishta profiles. Like, I would be at work and my phone would just keep going off because my mom was WhatsApp forwarding me all of these profiles. And then one day I come home and my mom's like, Madia, like, there's a boy that's going to text you tomorrow.
Ooh.
And I was like...
Just like that?
Just like that. I was like, what boy?
Does he have hair? That's the first question. Does the boy have hair? No. Why did you send him my way?
Stop it.
What? We can talk all our shit.
He's Allah's creation. We can't be doing
So
that.
he's Allah's creation who's bald.
Anyways, what had happened was my mom's like, a boy's going to text you. You're so bad. My mom was like, a boy's going to text you tomorrow. And I was like, what boy? And she's like, I sent you the profile. And I was like, which profile? And she's like, oh, maybe I forgot to send this one. First red flag. Okay. I'm like, Mom, like, what the hell? I'm like, did you give a boy my number without my permission? And she was like, yeah. I was like, boundaries to a brown mother, non-existent. But okay. I was like, Mom, you can't give random people my number. Because she does this all the time. My mom and my mother will go to the masjid and they'll be like, oh, my mom and my mother. My mother and my father, sorry, I have two, mom and dad. Mother and father will go to the masjid and they'll be like, oh, are you Madia Ashraf's parents? And they'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, oh, we've been trying to get a hold of her. And then they will pop my freaking number out like it's candy. Okay.
What's the alternative?
Just be like, yes, you can contact her through her office line. Like, I have a work number.
Which is, what's your work number? Just so people out here know.
I don't remember it by heart. Can you pull it up?
Can I pull up your work number, Madia?
It's been a rough week, okay?
I got you. Don't worry about it.
It's like 214 something.
Yeah, 214-509-6313. If you guys want to reach out to Madia for anything, dating, whatever it is, counseling, all of the above, she's on the market now. If you guys want her for her services or for her, reach out to her at 214-509-6313. Look
Are
at
you
her.
saying 509 or 519?
509.
Okay.
I said 509, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Anyways, yeah, I have an office number, and I would appreciate if my parents would,
Use it.
use that instead of my personal cell.
Can we text the office number?
Yes,
You
it
can
is a
text the office
textable
number.
line.
You can text Madia at her office number.
Yes.
At 214-509, whatever the last four
It won't be
digits are.
me answering, but I have a very sassy office manager.
Very sassy.
She's always on. She's always ready to go.
Okay, keep going.
Anyways, I was like, Mom, you can't give random people my number. That's not okay. And she's like, well, I already did, so talk to him. So here's the thing.
Did she have a good feeling about him? Like, why did she just do, like...
He was Muslim and he had a heartbeat.
Amazing.
That was my mom's criteria. Hence why I say she's trying to evict me. Okay? Anyways, what had happened was... The next day he texts me and he's like, hey, Madiha, this is yada yada. I am, I got your number from said Rishta auntie, right? And they told me that you should be expecting a text from me. Hi, how's your day going? I was like at work. I opened the message. I rolled my eyes and I was like, not today. I was like, not today, Satan. Not today. And then I went about it, my merry way. So then the next day, I get another text going, hey, I just realized or was informed that you don't know who the Rishta auntie was. Your mother has hired a Rishta auntie. I'm one of the Rishtas from there. They told me to reach out to you. And I was like, oh, God, now it's embarrassing. So I was like, hey, how are you? I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to text you. And then from there, he would, text me a little bit daily, but I think I was in my F-boy era. I'm gonna be really honest with you, where I was just not giving it the time of day, right? So I was I would text wherever I could. I felt bad because he was texting me legit questions and paragraphs, and I was half-assing it. It was a few words here.
You're just chat GPTing your responses.
I was chat GPT. Chat GPT and Madiha. Besties for the resties.
Yeah, we tight like that.
We tight.
Yeah,
Not tight enough for me to pay for the subscription.
You don't pay for ChatGPT Plus?
Absolutely not.
As soon as it
I'm
rolled
brown.
out, I was like, I need ChatGPT Plus.
And that's why you look white and not brown.
I don't look white. I'm ambiguous. Anyways.
Ambiguous?
Yeah, I get Turkish. I get Middle Eastern. I barely get Pakistani.
I wonder why.
Why?
Blondie.
It's not blonde. I mean, Pakistan. Oh, we go to northern Pakistan.
Are you from northern Pakistan?
I don't know, actually. We're from northern India.
Where are you from, though?
Uttar Pradesh.
Say that again.
Uttar Pradesh. You say it. Uttar Pradesh. You say it. Go ahead. You
Say it one more time.
You find
slowly.
it. You find it real funny. Go ahead. Actually, my dad is from Aptabad.
Abdabad.
Aptabad.
Abdabad.
Aptabad.
Abdabad.
It's not Aptabad. It's where they found Bin Laden.
Oh.
What?
Dude, the FBI is already listening. Why are you giving it?
It's okay. They already found him. It's not an issue. My dad was born where they found Bin Laden.
You could be Bin Laden's cousin.
I can't be because he's Saudi.
Saudi.
Yeah, he's Saudi.
Anyway, so then eventually one day, my so I was like kind of like doing that, right? Like I wasn't really giving him the time of day because I was like I had fully accepted being single. I was loving my single life. I was traveling, I was doing my thing, I was fully invested in my career. And then what had happened was one day my sister-in-law was like, yo, Madia, like how's that rishta going that your mom sent? And I was like, well, Sarah, here's the thing. I'm really mad at my mother for crossing my boundaries. Therefore, I have not been giving this guy a chance. And then Sarah goes, let me see your text thread. And I said, okay. So then I sent it to her and she's like, Madiha. And I was like,
it was
what?
really bad.
She's like, you can't. This man is clearly interested. Why are you doing this? And she's like, what if this is a good guy? And what if he's your guy, but you're not giving him the time of day because you're angry at your mother? And she's like, it's not his fault that your mom like gave him your number without your permission. And I was like, you know what, Sarah, when you speak mad facts and logic, I can't argue. So then she took my phone and sent a message to him, and hence I had to actually start talking to him.
Okay, so then from there
we had a few phone calls and FaceTimes, and then we met in person. And
do you want to reveal where he was from? The city? Is that fine?
No, I don't want to give any descriptors.
Okay, he's from Florida. First red flag. You should have known you were getting a methed up man. He's so methed up.
He's not from
He's
Florida.
He's methed up. Mike Tyson methed up. Keep going.
This has been really traumatic for me, okay?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah,
anyways,
he's on meth, no hair,
so
no teeth.
obviously, right, like I fell for the dude, right? Like
You fell for the dude.
Yeah, he was really, like, he was sweet, he was nice, he like checked all the boxes, right? Like I wanted somebody that was like raised here, he was raised in the States. Like I wanted somebody that was educated and had a good career. He was educated and had a good career, so I thought. And then like I just wanted like a nice dude, like somebody that was like practicing, that knew his roots, was in touch with his culture, was in touch with his religion, and was respectful and all of that. And to be fair, he was.
And so you thought?
That's what I thought. So, but like up until then, like besides the height and the baldness, as Dawood loves to point out.
So let's get into this, right? The height and the baldness, because I didn't know about the height until today.
Yeah.
Right? So he told you he was 5'10".
No, on his bio data it said 5'7".
Oh.
But then
he was honest on the bio data.
His Kala was honest on the bio data.
Okay.
Because she's the one who submitted the bio
and he had no idea that she was serial adjusting his height. Like
I don't think he knew what was on his bio data.
Okay.
Or I don't know what I don't know what to believe anymore.
So you saw his bio data at some point.
I did, yes.
And did it line up to the stuff he was telling you?
At that point, yes, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then at some point, I was just like, like, let me test him. I was like, how tall are you? And he's like 5'10". Because I always was told that short guys, I don't know, Dawood, maybe you can confirm this for me.
Yeah.
But I was always told that short.
Yeah.
How tall are you, Dawood?
I'm 5'6".
Okay, thank you. I was told,
and honest. 5'6" and honest, yo.
I was always told that short men will like adjust their height by like an inch or two. So like if they're like 5'5", they'll say they're 5'8", and like if they're 5'8", they'll say they're like 5'10", like stuff like that.
That's bold. I don't do that, but yes, it happens.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
So anyways,
I'm clinically 5'6".
So he did verbally tell me that he was 5'10", which was really funny because when he was standing next to my 5'8" father, he was not 5'10".
He was shorter than your 5'8" father.
Yes, he was.
First red flag.
Yeah. But I was like, I just took it.
First of all, you're tall. You're 5'5", 5'4".
I'm 5'3".
You're 5'3".
On a good day.
I'm 5'3" and 3/4. You're 5'3" and 5 3/4.
No, I'm 5'2" and 3/4 of an inch.
So you didn't notice that he wasn't 5'10" from
Well, I
looking
mean,
at him?
obviously, I knew he wasn't. I knew
Do
he
you
was
care
just
for a tall man? Like, what is your preference here?
6 foot and above.
And this is a real preference,
Yeah.
but you settled for 5'7"?
Yeah.
See, this is, it's not true, guys. I this is a sidebar. This whole height. Oh, he gave me this. No, it doesn't exist. All right. If a girl likes your personality enough, clearly.
That is true. I'll be very honest with you, because when I was swiping on the apps, if it said anything 5'8" or less, I would swipe left. Like, I was like, absolutely not.
But if you met that person in person,
But
would've
like
been
this
different.
guy, like, kind of literally just fell into my lap. Like, I didn't like.
Silver platter.
Yeah, because I think that that's why my mom gave him my number without my permission, because she knew that if I saw the picture or like anything of that sort, I would have probably been like, absolutely not.
Swipe left on the bio data. Yeah.
So, and again, sure, I'm superficial or whatever, but like everyone has preferences, right? And I don't think it's wrong for you to have a preference, especially if you have to look at that person for the rest of your life. So
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And your
Yeah.
preference is bald. It's fine. It's no problem.
it's not bald. This was a
Fluke.
mistake.
Okay. So
This was a fluke.
he
I am legally blind. I just wasn't wearing my contacts.
you are legally blind. It's a problem. So he's 5'7". That was
He
his
was
first
like
line.
5'7", but like here's the thing, like he was sweet. He was respectful. Like in the past, like I've talked to other guys and they've made it.
What
like,
were his green flags when he was talking to you?
Okay.
So let's start here. We'll
yeah.
leave this out. So we'll start with what swayed you. What were his green flags?
Okay.
When you started to notice the red flags,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then what did he lie about? I think
Okay.
we can segment those into
Segment
like
those?
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So green flags. He was respectful. He was very sweet. When he came over to my house, he was very nice to my parents, right? Like he would always bring like flowers or some like dessert or something. Like he never came empty-handed. He opened doors for me, right? He wasn't like overtly sexual like a lot of guys were, where they would like comment about your body or your figure or something like that. Like he didn't do any of that.
Which, by the way, you've had a crazy history
I've had a
of.
crazy experience. Yeah, I don't know why it happens, but it does. But for some reason, like guys, and again, I have a theory because it happened behind, a lot of times it happened behind a screen. So I feel like people, when they're behind a screen, just get more emboldened and they feel like they can say and do whatever they want. But I don't think they have the guts to say those things in real life in front of people. And he didn't. Like I gotta give him credit where credit is due.
He was very respectful.
Right? Like he was sweet. He was respectful. He was the eldest, and I'm the eldest, so we like really connected on that, right? Like what it was like to be the eldest sibling, and all of that. And then he like did a really good job of taking care of his siblings and his mom and all of that. So I was like, okay, this is a guy that can clearly like. He's showing responsibility of like taking ownership of like, taking care of a family, which he was taking care of his family. And he was showing me that he's willing to provide. And like when we talked about our future goals, like all of that aligned, right? Like, so there were a lot of alignments where I was like, okay, like this is somebody that I could see myself building a future with, right? He was very, what's it called? Sorry. He was he was like damn it. What's the word? He was very supportive of my career. Thank you. He was very supportive of my
Why
career.
did you say thank you? I had no idea where you were
had, like,
going
a
with
major
that.
brain fart for a second there.
I thought you were about to start crying.
I know I am, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. No, you're wearing makeup. Stop it.
I know I can't. Oh my god, no more tears, Madia. No more tears. It's okay. So anyways, yeah, like he was very supportive of my career. Like he was like very interested in my career, my education. Like he wanted to know my goals, my plans, and like how he could help me achieve them. And that was like something that I hadn't experienced before, because usually like, when I would talk to guys, it was mainly about their career goals and what they want to do and what they want to achieve. And like, we discussed his, but he was giving mine equal importance. which felt really nice, right?
In conversation.
In conversation.
Did that ever change at all? Was he ever
No. Okay. He was very supportive of my career till the end.
Because he expected you to support with him.
So he said he didn't. But I don't know. I never
got to it.
I never got to that point yet.
Okay.
So, but yeah, like we had discussed like, how he would be the primary bread earner, and like if I wanted to work after marriage, completely okay. With like understanding, like, obviously it'd be a certain type of income, life would be a certain type of way. If we were to live like a joint income, that we could do a lot more things, et cetera, et cetera. And for me, like I don't mind contributing to my household, right? But I do like the option of like, cause like I want to be a mom one day. Like I want to stay at home and be like PTO mommy and like take my kids to their like soccer games and stuff like that. So I would love to be a very hands-on and involved mother, and I would like to have the ability to do that. And when I spoke to him about those things, he's like, great, I love that, right? So like for me, that was the other thing that I really liked about him, was that he had like a good mix of cultural values, religious values, and like without being so domineering. And again, like I said, he was very respectful, very kind to my family. So I think those were all the green flags.
Yeah. When did you start noticing the red flags? Or was it even you who noticed them? Was it someone else who was like, yo?
I had a few friends point them out. I do think that for a little bit there, I think.
So you were blind.
I think I really did have rose-colored glasses on. Like, I think, now that, hindsight is 2020, I do think that there were things that, again, like I'm smart. I know I am. I have a brain, clearly. Mm-hmm. And like when I sit here and my friends would tell me about, their dating stories, or if I'm talking to a client and they're telling me about this guy that they're like a rich dad that they're talking to, I can sit there and I can point these things out. Right. And then but then when it came to me talking to a guy, like, again, like I was seeing rose-colored glasses, which is something my mom really lovingly pointed out. She's like, you have PhD in psychology. You should look at a person and know what they're thinking. I said, that's not what psychology is, mother.
Yeah, but it's also when you're in a situation like that, you're not trying to analyze them.
I don't want to analyze you.
You're trying to avoid that.
Yeah. Like
actively, first of all.
Yeah, because I don't want to therapize my partner. Yeah. Right? And like, I don't want to sit there and play therapist Madia. I want to be like wife Madia or fiance Madia, right?
Which is also why I think it's very important for like someone like yourself to be with a person who's very grounded, who's very in themselves, very comfortable.
Yeah. Right? And I think like that was the biggest thing. And and one of my precursors were like, we have to do premarital counseling, right? Like I am a strong believer in premarital counseling. I think it allows people to be able to learn how to communicate, how to conflict resolve, how to have tough discussions in a very, proper way. Because let's be honest, growing up as Pakistanis or Indians or South Asians, Middle Easterns, not all of us had insight into a healthy marriage or healthy communication, or like what does conflict resolution actually look like, right? So I was like a big proponent of like, hey, we got to go to premarital counseling. Now, given that I am Madiha Ashraf and a lot of people know who I am, and I'm on MAPS, I'm their communication director. So like I knew basically the majority of the Muslim therapists in the DFW area. So I gave that to him. I was like, hey, you know what? There's Psychology Today. There's MAPS. Like, just find somebody in the state of Texas. We could do virtual. Like, and I was like, I'm not going to look for him. You have to look for him. So I put that in his court, because I was like, I understand that if I know somebody, it's not, viable. And he agreed to that. He was like, I want somebody that doesn't know either of us, so they're looking at it with an unbiased opinion. I was like, that's fair. Power to you, man. Do it. Right. But what's your other question? What were you asking me? I forgot.
When did you start noticing
the red flags? Yeah. So I think like throughout it, like I again, like he would do certain things, certain behaviors, but I would like excuse it.
And like what behaviors are we talking about?
Like for example, sharing his location.
Okay.
Right. I come from a sharing location family, right? My friends, if I show you right now on my phone, how many people have my location and how many people's location that I have. It is actually quite frightening. But
That's not bad. I've seen worse.
yeah,
I've
but
seen significantly worse.
yeah, so like basically my best friends or people that I hang out with on
Yeah.
like a weekly basis. Of course, my entire family has my location for
Right.
safety purposes. But yeah, my best friend in Chicago has my location. What is she going to do from Chicago? I have no idea, but just
She
in
has it.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
she
you're
has
ever
it.
randomly dropping in Chicago.
Yeah, she has it. So anyways, yeah. And I think like that for me, like, and again, for me, it's like we got like bot buckied back in September, right? So I was like, okay, now we're bot buckied. We're like engaged to be engaged. Like, I think we should have each other's location. And he never shared his location. And
Did he ever give you a reason?
he was like, look, like my family doesn't do that. Like, he's like, you and your family are too close. Like, you're like, y'all are very close. And he's like, you guys are like up each other's business. And I'm like, okay. He's like, so we don't do that. Like, my family doesn't do that. We don't share location. And I was like, all right, fair. And
There's
I
a red
was
flag.
like,
Red flag number 1.
I was like, all right, man, but like, you know, that's your family. This is my family. And now we are starting a family, right? So for me, you sharing your location, is, you know, showing that there's transparency in the relationship. I know you're not hiding anything. I'm not hiding anything, right? Most of the time, if my friends look at my location, they're going to see me at the office or at home because that is where I am the majority of the time. So I was like, it's not me keeping tabs on you. It's just like gives me some sort of relief to be like, oh, where are you? And I can look on your location and see, oh, you're at home chilling, or like you're at work, right? So for him, we had a few conversations about it. And at one point, like he was like, I will share my location with you after the nikah. And I was like, and because originally we were supposed to do the nikah separately, and then we were going to do like the rukhsati later on.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll share it with you after the nikah. And I was like, can we talk about this? I was like, can we like really? And he was like, no, that's a boundary for me. And I
Ooh,
was
using
like,
the B word. Using the B word on a
I
therapist.
hate when they weaponize therapeutic words. It pisses me off.
So my question is, he was fully committed, would have gone through all the way through, like no hesitation. It was just these like little things that you started to notice, like not little, but it started to grow.
It started to grow until the big things. Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to confirm, it wasn't like he was doing all these as routine and then.
No, it like literally a few conversations here and there, right? Like there would be times where like I would say something and he would either misinterpret what I'm saying, and like that would become a fight. And then like and it wasn't a fight, I gotta give him credit, like an argument or a disagreement. And like it would be like kind of like how we resolved it through. And again, I felt really good with that because whenever we did have any disagreements, like we were able to communicate through them pretty effectively, right? So I was like, this, like, even if we don't agree eye to eye all the time, like we can work through it. We're figuring it out. And I always call them and I would tell them like, these are just growing pains. Like we're learning to like be together and we're growing through these things to be like a stronger couple. And I was like, this is great. Like, you know, you and I are able to talk it through and all of that. So in terms of that, I was good. Right. So then eventually what ended up happening was that our families decided that they don't want to do a separate nikah and then wait for rukhsati. They wanted to just do it all at once. So once the wedding dates were decided, we did a engagement party with some of our closest family and friends. And before the engagement party,
which Dawood was not invited to.
You were invited to. You forgot about it and didn't show up.
I didn't forget about it.
You didn't show up.
I was probably somewhere.
You want me to pull up the receipts?
What was the date?
I'm gonna pull up the receipts.
Wait, what was
right
the
now.
date? I'll tell you what I was doing.
How dare you?
What was the date? You said November?
I said, I sent it to him earlier on and I said, hey, Dawood, mark it on your calendar. And he did.
I was working.
Hey.
It was December 6th, right?
Hey, you coming to my engagement today, right? What time was it? I have to work at the Improv 4.
Yeah.
Where? I think I can make it. And then I resent you the invite. And he's like, IDK, if I can, I have to be at the Improv tonight. And then he gives me the little crying emoji and goes, I thought we.
Okay, but valid, I had to work.
But I gave you the date 2 months in advance, my guy.
I know, but my bank account also needs the money.
You know what? I gotta respect the hustle.
My bank account needs
Power
the money.
to you, because clearly I lost money at this event. So power to you.
So you paid for this event.
Yes,
Okay.
partially.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was that, sorry, God. Yeah.
red flags.
So then, like, obviously in the beginning we were supposed to have like a small batbaki in my house, but then it turned into like a little bit of an engagement at my brother and sister-in-law's clubhouse. So we were like, me and my sister-in-law were out doing errands, and he called me, and he was on speakerphone because he was connected to my Bluetooth. And I was like, we were talking about certain things, and then for some reason the topic of location came up. And then I was talking to Sarah, and then I was like, Sarah, can you believe he won't share his location with me? And then he went, I told you I'll share it with you after the engagement, because that was kind of the compromise when the nikah and the shadi were going to happen together. And he was like, I told you I'll share it with you after the engagement. And I was like, yeah, I get that, but this is important to me. And then Sarah was like, Madia, just drop it. Like, the engagement's in 2 weeks. He said he'll share it after, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Engagement happens. And I'm like, hey, you ready to share your location?
This is all you're waiting for this entire time.
And he goes, we said after the nikah. I said, no, we didn't. I said, this is a conversation. I have a witness this time.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know what she's saying, but I know what I said. And I said after the nikah. So he doubled down. All right. And then after that, again, he's like, you know what? Let's just talk about it in couples counseling. I was like, all right, fair. Which we never got to, because he never ended up committing to a therapist. So, but yeah, anyways, after that, it was just he started selling me a lot of grandiose types of stuff, right? Like, we're going to live here and we're going to do these things. And I envision our life to look like this. And don't worry, I'll take this off your plate and I'll handle it and I'll handle it and I'll handle it. And some things he did handle, to be fair. Other things, I still don't know if he was actually doing them or not, right? And then it was like, I'm busy, I'm working, I'm in back-to-back meetings, this and that. And I was like, I get it, but I'm also working and I'm also busy and I'm also in back-to-back sessions. So I think wedding planning at some point I think that was also a little bit of a stressor for me. So what we had decided was, I'm going to handle the wedding planning. He's going to handle where we live afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So that was our division.
Which was going to be Dallas.
Yeah, it's going to stay Dallas. So anyways, those were all the green flags. And then the red flags started showing up where there was little follow through on certain things. I would have to ask him to do certain things multiple times before I saw any sort of results. And even then it felt very half-assed, last minute. And then I just felt, a lot of times I just didn't feel prioritized. I felt like he would, everybody else in the world, work, mom, siblings, friends. And then at the end of the day, it was Madia, right? And I was like, that's fine on a weekday, but it's a weekend. You live in the same city as me, right? We can, meet, we can prioritize each other, and we would to a certain extent, right? But I noticed that towards the end of it was always me kind of pushing for hey, we should meet, we should talk about these things, we need to discuss these things, hey, we need to discuss these things for the wedding, stuff like that. So there was a lot of times where I felt like I was pushing him to do things, whereas before the engagement, he was what I really loved about him was that he was taking action type of guy, right? I didn't have to think of anything because he had already had it planned out. But then, I don't know, once the ring came on, it just slowly fizzled out. And I was like, okay, so now and it really felt like, now that you've got me, you don't have to work as hard anymore, right? And then after that, so my friend, Samia, I love her, right? She's amazing. I love to say that she is a 40-year-old Republican man stuck in a 4'11" Pakistani woman's body.
That's great.
She's wonderful, but this girl will say it like it is. You know how you always have that one friend that you go to, that you don't want, when you don't want your feelings coddled, you just need someone to give you the cold hard truth.
Yeah.
And just say it like it is.
Say it as it is.
That's my friend Samia for me. Right? She's kind of no matter how high I get, don't worry, Samia's there to humble me every time.
Yeah.
Right. So I love her. And you know what? I strongly believe that everyone should have a friend like that. Like, you should have somebody that's willing to like tell you the truth for your benefit. Right. So like she was telling me like, hey, Madia, like, what does your fiance do? And I told her what he did. And she's like, Madia, that doesn't seem right.
And what was that? Like go into details, because I don't know either.
Okay, so he told me that he worked for some company that contracted with Salesforce, and that basically he would go to these small client sites and integrate Salesforce software into their software. Yeah, integrate.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. Integrate Salesforce software into, their stuff. But then sometimes it was like he was tech support, like he had a queue. Sometimes it felt like he was doing sales. Like, I never really got a full idea of what he did.
Did you ever figure it out at the end of the day?
No.
You never figured it out?
I don't know what to believe with him anymore.
Yeah.
If I can be very honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like and I told my friend Samia that, and she was like, okay, what's the name of the company? And I told her, and then she was like, she combed through the company's website. She went on their Instagram, and on their Instagram, they had birthday shout outs for their employees, and like nothing.
So it was like a small...
Yeah, it was like not super big. Like
a small tech company, if you will.
Yeah, like a mid-size, yeah. And he wasn't anywhere on there, right? And the other thing was like, he was really proud of this. He's like, you won't find me on the internet. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I wiped myself away from the internet. He's like, talk to any guy in IT. That's the first thing that they do. And I was like, that's a little shady.
Which is also, it's also like partly true though. I will say in his defense, like I have a really good friend who's a data analyst, and as soon as he started to learn, he also had an internship with like a contracted like government agency.
Yeah.
And her organization that worked with the government agency.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, like your data's everywhere, man. You gotta. So he would like pay you to remove his data from different websites, and if you Googled him for a little bit, you wouldn't find anything on him.
Got it.
But I don't think it's as common as you think it is for anyone in IT. Like, no one really cares about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a cyber guy, or you have to have like a top secret clearance.
Yeah.
You know.
So I would like in terms of like, because like whenever I got ristas in the past, first thing you do is stalk their Instagram. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Men, you find so much about a person.
Men, why do you have private Instagrams? You should not have private Instagrams. All men should have. There should not even be an option for a private Instagram for men. It should be public at all
times. Why do you think that?
Because like I need to see I need to see what you do. I need to see who the boys are. Like
we could say the same about a woman.
Yeah.
We could say the exact same.
Sure.
I need to know who a girl is and who her friends are and who's liking her shit. You know what I mean?
Sure. I get it.
Yeah.
Look,
why does it have to be just for men?
I get it. But you know what? You know what I did appreciate about Facebook?
Yeah.
Even if you weren't friends with somebody on Facebook, you could still see some sort of things on Facebook with them, right?
Yeah, who their friends, yeah.
Yeah, Instagram, nothing. Unless you follow, you'll see like their little profile pic and maybe their followers and number of following. And then like you would see whatever their little bio thingy is, right? But that's about it. So I couldn't find an Instagram. I couldn't find a Facebook. No LinkedIn even. And I was like, how do you not have a LinkedIn? Like, a LinkedIn is important. Like, you like have a link. Everyone has. I have a LinkedIn. Yeah. I am my own boss, but I have a LinkedIn.
Everyone needs a LinkedIn.
You need a LinkedIn to verify, right? And there was no LinkedIn. And he was just like, no, I have a headhunter who recruits, jobs for me or something like that. And again, like,
first of all, that's fishy. I have a headhunter.
Yeah, I know. Okay, now, yes, hindsight.
I have a headhunter who finds...
I was like, oh, that's cool. You're just always like looking how to get more jobs, right? And
that just means, okay. So I would have been like, that's a little weird.
In my defense, I've never worked a corporate job, okay? So I don't know how these things work.
Neither have I.
Shut up, Dawood. Leave me alone.
Neither have I.
I'm heartbroken.
Continue. It's your one pass. That's the only time you get that pass.
Can I choose one to you? Can I have a redo?
I'll give you one more.
Thank you. Anyways, so I was like, okay. And again, Samuel was like, hey, this is fishy. So then I asked him and he was like, hey, this is what I do. And then Samuel's like, okay, I'll drop it. Right. And she's like, okay, yeah, sounds good. Little did I know that my friend Samia did a background check on him.
Oh, like a legitimate background check.
Like she paid $25 on some
Great.
website on the internet and did a background check.
Yeah.
And later on, I found out that my sister paid a $35 background check.
Killer.
So she found out even more things that I had no idea.
So what did they find out?
So I didn't know this.
And by the way, what's the legality on background checking around a person? It's totally fine.
I think at this point, look, I know people that have hired PIs.
Oh, of course.
To like follow, like if a rishta is like serious, like I know people that have hired PIs.
Yeah.
To go follow the person around for a day and see if like they're legit. You know?
But that's totally legal.
Yeah.
And background check information publicly available.
If I can go on the internet and pay $25 to do a background check and it's going to save me $250,000 worth of lawyer bills, absolutely. I'm going to do a background check on you.
Totally.
Right. So, yeah. So like, anyways, I didn't know this at the time that they had done a background check. And like throughout this whole like engagement period, my sister was like very like standoffish when it came to him. And I noticed that like my family were just a little weary, and I was like, why are they weary? Like, I don't understand.
What did they find?
Exact. So my sister found shit and she wouldn't tell me. And I found this out like literally last, towards the end of it. But, she found out like, there was a record there that would prevent him from getting a corporate job ever. There were like some liens and things like that too. Like there was like a lot of sketchy stuff that I wasn't aware of, right? But because of what was found on his record, him saying the job that he had
didn't make sense.
It wouldn't be feasible. You couldn't get a corporate job with that.
Yeah.
Right? So then what
was there jail time involved in something like this, or was it just something on his record?
No, there was no jail time.
Okay.
So, basically I had no idea of that. And my sister, like for me, like my siblings came to me afterwards and they told me, and I feel really bad, but they're like, this is the most distant we felt from you, right? Like usually like you're like always with us, like we're always hanging out, and they're like, we just felt so distant from you, right? And my friends said the same thing. Like my friends were like, Madia, like during this entire time we just felt distant, like you weren't there. And it turns out like my entire friend circle at that point, all my bridesmaids, all 20 of them.
All 20 is crazy.
Just 20 of my closest personal friends. They were all weary of him.
Wait. Are you a ENFP? Is that your personality type? Okay,
yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm also an ENFP. Quick sidebar, by the way.
Everyone thinks they're our best friend.
Everyone thinks they're our best friend, but also the way that our personality works is we don't have like a personality.
Yeah.
Right. So and
we're chameleons.
Yeah, we're kind of chameleons. And I had a conversation with someone about this, and this is important because it's actually a pretty good clip about ENFPs.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with someone about this, and they were like, do you not feel like you have a personality? And I was like, no, I do have a personality. I'm very sure and confident, and I know who I am as a person.
I have an eclectic personality.
Yeah. And I'm very confident in who I am, but depending on who I'm around, certain elements of my personality get exaggerated.
Out. Yeah.
There you go.
Like it's really funny. Like if I were to invite all of my friends.
Yeah.
To a dinner.
You're jumping around.
I would be jumping around, switching up.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest thing ever. And then I put all of them in a group chat and said, always the bridesmaid.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it was fun because like I had my crafty friends in there. I had my like, like my little people that are like organized, and they were going to call and make things done. Like I had like my friend group, alhamdulillah. Like I think that this is the only reason that like I was able to get through this so quickly, which is like I have the biggest blessing in my life are my friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Honest to God, like my friends, I am so blessed. And you hear about girls and their friend groups, but alhamdulillah times a million that I have a solid friend group that like are like sisters, right? Like I could call either any one of them up right now and they'd be there for me, right? And same, right? And then it's the same thing with my family. Like my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and my sister-in-law, who again, alhamdulillah times a million, we're really blessed to have Sarah in our lives. Like like she's not our in-law, right? She's just our sister. She's like the third Ashraf sister.
Yeah, she fits right in.
I always tell her the only good thing my brother did in his life was marry you, Sarah. That's it. Like that is his purpose.
Hilarious.
And it's just to get us a third sister. But like we are so blessed to have her, right? So yeah, so like they were like
The background checks.
Yeah, they were like, we felt distant from you. We did background checks, things weren't adding up, but everyone was like, we saw how happy you were. And we saw that like they were just all happy that I finally found a person that I liked and that I was like excited about, and that, you know, I was like, you know, I like loved at that point, right? And they were just like, we saw how happy you were and none of us wanted to ruin it for you. But then, you know, what ended up happening was like, I think more and more people would ask me questions about him, the more and more frustrated I was getting, because I was like, I felt that people were trying to pick on him or find something wrong with him. But little did I know that they were asking questions that they found on the background check, and I just had no idea. So like they were like trying to like beat around the bush to get me to ask him so that he would come clean.
Like what? Like, have you ever taken out any massive loans?
No, like questions about his job, because things weren't adding up.
Yeah.
Right. So then what it turned out was like, one day I was at my friend's house, and this friend of mine, like, again, I've known her since the 3rd grade. She's amazing. She's recently going through like a divorce. Right. And we were talking about it, and we were sitting down and processing, and, you know, like, she is one of the most softest, most sweetest girls you will ever meet. Like when we say alam yaki guy, that is this friend of mine, right? And like to see her go through such a painful experience of 4 years with this person, and to see what she's going through now, it's painful. It's painful. And, you know, me and Samia were there at her house to celebrate her birthday. And I think that's where Samia just lost it. Where she was like it was like 20 minutes of her just going down and like ham on me. She's like, you need to look into this. You need to do this. You need to do that. Madia, like, what are you doing? You're looking at it with rose colored glasses. You're crazy. Like, you're smart. Like you're supposed to do better than this, you know, like just consistently on me. And I was like, okay. And then I went home, and she sent me a 10-minute long voice note on my phone of like, hey, I'm sorry that I was going so hard on you, and I apologize if like I hurt you, but I have to be honest with you. I'm like, I care about you. Like, I don't want you to get hurt. But yeah, please just like look into this. Right? Just look into this. And I was like, you know what? If she's saying it this persistently, what's going to hurt? Let me just look into it.
There
right?
must be a reason.
There must be a reason. So I went to my sister-in-law, right? Well, before this, like, I had a meeting with my accountant, right? And I asked for him to give me his W-2s, because I was like, my accountant was asking if it was like to see like if we would get like a better tax return if we were to file jointly this year, right?
Did he get weird about that?
He got super weird about that. And it was just like super, like, I was like, I don't understand. Like, and again, I think I'm a decent person. I wasn't being pushy or naggy. I was being very calm and collected. I was like, hey, like, when you get a chance, can you just send me your W-2? I have a meeting with my accountant today, and she just wants to see if like it's better to file jointly this year or separate this year, right? That's it. And he just got super weird about that. And then I asked him on the phone, and he snapped at me. Right? And this has happened a few times in the relationship where he snapped at me, and I would say like, you can't talk to me like that. Or I'd be like, okay, you're getting heated. I'm going to walk away from this, let you calm down, and then we can talk about it later. Right? Mm-hmm. And then he snapped at me, and I was like, and usually like I'm the first person to be like, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Like I always take blame. Because that's just, I wake up feeling guilty chronically. It's an issue for my therapist to figure out why, but you know. But I wake up every morning feeling like I've done something wrong.
Yeah. And
it's a really shitty feeling to be in. But Daoud, this time I knew, man. Like, I knew I didn't do anything wrong here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm about to marry you in the next 3 months. Like, everything is going to be out in the open, right? Like, I am your almost wife. Like, what I'm asking for is not out there, right? Like whenever it came to finances in the past, like he would just tell me like, oh yeah, I make roughly around this much. But I never like could get a grasp on like how much he made, what that looked like, or anything like that.
He said roughly around this much. What does that mean?
He would he would always like, I make 6 figures. I'm like, yeah, so do I. What does that look like?
Yeah.
Because 6 figures could be 300,000.
It's also an easy, low 6 figures, high 6 figures.
6 figures could also be 100,000.
Yep.
You know,
$250,000. What are we talking
figures
about?
before tax, after tax. Like what?
Yeah.
What does
you
that
ask
look
me
like?
6 figures before tax,
right?
IRS purposes.
Okay.
What do you mean? Okay.
Why are you incriminating yourself on this?
I didn't incriminate myself at all. I'm clean. My books are clean.
Clean? Who's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
accountant?
Myself.
That's all. IRS, get him.
They got nothing on me.
Ira, come get him.
Trust me, I took project management and 2 accounting classes. I got this on
The
lock.
only college
baby.
classes he took.
Yeah, these are college classes. I was pre-business.
Yep, I remember. Don't worry.
And then I transferred. Anyways, continue.
Anyways, so then he snapped at me, and I was like, all right. I was like, hey, you know what? I gotta go. And I just hung up. And then that day, like, I didn't talk to him. I didn't reach out to him. I was like, you will not talk to me that way and think that it is okay. Absolutely not, right? The next day, he messaged me because we were trying to figure out something. And here's the thing about me. Like, when you piss me, it takes a lot to piss me off, first of all. Like, I do have a really strong threshold. But when you get me to a point,
It's over.
it's
I
like,
get it.
yeah, it's over. And I'm
get
not
it.
an explosive anger. I'm a cold anger.
Okay.
So, like, I shut down, right? Like, you're not going to get anything out of me. No warmth, no kindness, nothing. I go straight HR.
Yeah.
Like, I was
wonder what
literally
that's
like,
like.
I was like literally like responding to his text messages like this was like a work email. As I've stated before. I was like, as I
I
stated.
kind of get that. I'm not going to lie.
No, because it was so funny because we were supposed to meet later that night.
Yeah.
And I was like, as I stated previously, I will wrap up work around 7 p.m. That means I can meet at 8 p.m. Will you be available at that time? Please
And
let
he's
me
like-
know. I was
he's
like,
like-
please let me know if we need to reschedule.
He's like, are you angry with me? And you're like, as I've stated before, as per
so
my request
bad.
earlier, which you have still yet to fulfill.
No, and then he was like, are you free? And I said, for 5 minutes. And then he calls me and I was like, hello. And he's like, hey. And then I was like, yes. And he's like, do you want to talk? And I was like, listen, I'm currently in the middle of a work day. We can talk tonight. And I was like, good day.
That's the only valid response.
Yeah.
By the way,
I was
first of
like,
all.
you can't snap at me and be like, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So anyways, like that day was like whatever. And then like I meet him up and immediately he apologized.
Also, first of all, I wish I had the balls to do that. I have too much anxiety to.
to do what?
How you doing? Are you here to clean? No worries. We're good. Thank you, brother. Thank you. The
He's so
cleaners,
adorable. I
the
love
cleaners
it.
came
Full
in.
of sheets.
He was a very nice guy.
It was like the scene from The Office where they're like supposed to not be there, but then they're there, and then like the Russians show up with the Russian.
We actually plan to get an on-air sign, so we'll get that ready.
Nice.
Yeah. First of all, I wish I had the balls to just be like, I'm in the middle of a work day.
So here's the thing. I was never like this. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was the biggest, like when I tell you like people pleasing, like I would like, if I had one hand, I'd be like, take it.
Yeah.
Like straight
Yeah.
up, like,
ENFP. Let's not
close
forget
off
it.
my back. Right.
Yeah.
Like, but like this time I was like, no, Madiha, like if you allow him to talk to you like this, then you're essentially allowing him to talk to you like this for the rest of your life.
That's right.
And I was like, right now we're just engaged. Like, if I don't put an end to this right now, then I will
And you're
have to
stuck.
live with this forever, you know. And if this is the beginning, it will only escalate from here.
Right.
Again, that's what my research has taught me. That's what my
No, it's
education
very
has taught
valid,
me.
right?
That's what my job has taught me. That's what my life experiences have shown me.
But it's education. You have the knowledge to
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and again, like he always told me I was a really good communicator, which I am. Thank you very much. Right? I can tell you exactly how I'm feeling at all
Yeah, I know.
times.
Tell me something I don't know.
Thank you. Yes, my mom says I talk too much, but she raised me, so.
Yeah. I wonder who taught her that.
My father.
Yeah. Actually, your mom was very quiet.
Yes, my mom and I are very similar in that it takes us a second to warm up. Like when you first meet me, I will never make the first move. I'm very quiet and reserved to the point where people tell me I come off as a bitch. And then I open my mouth and they're like, wait, this girl's like crazy. She's like normal. I'm like, yeah, but that's my father. Like he's very politician, like, you know, shaking hands with the baby type, you know, or kissing the baby's forehead. What is it? What's the expression? I don't know. That's my father.
Shaking the baby's head is. You know why I find that really funny?
Why?
Because I don't know how to act with babies, man. I'm be honest. It's like, like I go up to a baby and I'm like, "Yo, you good, man?" Like,
don't you have like a nephew and a niece?
dog. I have 4 nephews now and a niece, and look, after a certain age, I'm totally fine. Like after you can play with them, you can kick them on the floor. Like that's the age.
Kick them on the floor.
They're boys. They're tough. You can play with them, right? Like
this warrants a CPS call. Kick them on the floor, Daoud.
Yeah, just give a little. You know what I mean? And they laugh. They enjoy it. You're supposed to be aggressive with boys. You have to be, right? They have to get some bruises, break some toes, whatever it is.
Right, yeah.
Girls, you could be more gentle with, right? Like my niece, I'm more gentle with. You know, I still have the temptation of pushing her over, but
it's fun. Why not?
Yeah, just knocking over a baby is hilarious.
Yeah.
And also, you will be surprised to notice when you like, you know, when you kick a baby, or like when they fall, they base everything on your reaction.
Yeah.
So if they're not injured and you're like, oh my god, whatever,
they're gonna cry because they
cry.
think they need to cry. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you just look at them like.
You good, man? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just carry on with your day.
Yeah.
But that being said, that's very funny. Shaking hands with the baby because I don't know what to do at a certain age. It's just like, yo, you good, my guy. Like.
But yeah. So, anyways, like, and then like when we met, like, to his credit, the first thing that he did was apologize. He's like, I am so sorry for the way I acted. It wasn't you. I was going through.
Because you left him all day.
Yeah, I know.
He had all that time to think.
Thank God he thought.
He had all the time.
Could you imagine if I was engaged to a dumb one? Like, at least he had the ability to think and process, you know, and realize what he did.
Of course.
And he immediately apologized. And he's like, I am so sorry. And I looked at him and I was like, you will not treat me like your punching bag. I was like, I am not your punching bag. I didn't do anything to deserve that. All right. You need to take a look at yourself and realize what you're doing and how you're feeling and how you come off, because that is not okay.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
And after that, it was done. It was done.
Did it ever happen again?
I mean, the relationship didn't last.
Beyond. Oh, okay. So that was recent.
That was like that. This is towards the end of the relationship.
Okay.
Right. So this is like the last week of the relationship, essentially. And then So then after that, why the tax forms were really important. He was being real shady with it. Given that my friend Samia ate my brain out for the next 40 minutes, I reached out to my sister-in-law, Sarah, who is HR and is amazing, and we love her. I asked her to email the HR company, right? The HR of the company that he stated that he worked at.
Yeah.
And to see that, just to verify that he actually works there. And Sarah did, and she got a response. And let me just tell you who the response was from. It wasn't just from an HR employee. It was from the chief people officer. Like CEO, COO, CPO, right?
Yeah.
This man is HR. Like, look up in the dictionary. It's a picture of Robert, right? Like,
yeah.
Robert, you are an MVP, man. You saved me from a lifetime of hell, and I really appreciate you.
So Robert told you that he used to work there?
No. Robert told me that there's no record of that employee, of a person of that name ever working at the company.
Wow.
And Sarah, I got to give her credit. She kept emailing Robert. She's like, Robert, could it be that, you know, his name is different? And then she flipped his name from first name to last name to last name to first name. And Robert again goes, Sarah, we have no history of that person working at this company. Then he told me a few little white lies that, like, he worked out of this office in Irving and that, like, he would go to these different client sites and he was contracted.
So there's I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline because he worked in he came from a different state, moved to Dallas.
So he lived here. then moved to a different state for a little bit to work, and then
Gotcha.
moved back earlier that year.
Okay, so this is a new job.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
gotcha. So the CPO would definitely know.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
a job that he supposedly had within the year, like a new
Okay.
job, right? So then then we asked again, and she asked like if they have an office out in Irving, and he was like no. And then the last thing that we asked him, which was like, does your company contract third party companies to take on different contracts? And he said no. So then that night, when I went to dinner and told him that I'm not his punching bag, I then proceeded to look him in the face, and I said, you work where you said you work, right? And he's like, yeah, why? And then I'm like, because Sarah emailed HR and they're saying you don't work there. And then he's like, your family did a employee check on me? And I said, yeah. I'm like, you're lucky we didn't hire a PI, because that's what I was about to do.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's just out of line. That's crossing a boundary. And I said, is it though?
Maybe lying is crossing a boundary.
Yeah. I was like, and again, he had doubled down and said he still worked at that company. And I was like, I understand why you may feel like we crossed a boundary, but clearly something wasn't adding up for her to do this. Right. And then he goes, and I showed him the email chain. I'm like, look at what he's saying. And I'm like, this is the chief people officer saying this. And then he went, well, I don't know who this Robert is, but I work there. Mm-hmm. And then throughout the night, I asked him multiple times. About 6 or 7 times. And again, in that moment, I was so in love with this man. I was like, you know what? If he just comes out with the truth, this is something I can work through, right? Like if he owns up to his mistakes and says, hey, you caught me, this is actually what I'm doing, done, right? But this man doubled down. He's 6'2" broke down because I asked him 6 to 7 times. He had the ability to look me in the eye and not blink and say, I work there. And I was like, explain this then. And he's like, don't worry, I'll handle it. I'm like, can you provide a pay stub? Do you have an employee badge? Do you have anything to prove that you work for this company? And he goes, don't worry, baby, I'll handle it. Handle
what does that mean?
what?
What are you handling?
What do you mean, handle what?
Yeah.
And then I go, do you have a work email? Do you have first and last name at thiscompany.com?
Yeah.
He told me my work email is his initials .sf, which stood for Salesforce, at gmail.com. Now,
That doesn't make
I
sense.
may not have ever worked a corporate job, but I will say I do run my own business.
You're gonna get
right?
you're gonna get a domain
Even my company of 4 employees
has
don't
Healing
operate
Grounds
Gmail.
TX.
We're at healinggroundstx.com.
Yeah.
Like, again, I don't know much about HR. I don't know much about the corporate field. Hell, I don't know much about computer science.
But I will tell you that they are way more secure than that. It's also a security thing.
I don't even have it at Gmail. Mine is at healinggroundstx.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I was like, and that at that point, I was like, in that moment, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right. So then I tell my sister-in-law, and she was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh shit. And then she's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, we have to figure out what the truth is. Right. So the next day we were all invited to a wedding, and he was invited as well. He showed up, and me and my sister-in-law planned that after the wedding, we were going to like try to get him to like, go meet us for like coffee or something afterwards and try to get the truth out of him. And like, he showed up to the wedding like a whole hour and a half late, and he was acting squirrely the whole time. And it was just like weird. Like, I've never seen him behave like this before. And then after that, like, he was like, hey, I have to go. I have like an hour drive home. Like, I have to go. And I'm like, okay, let me walk you to your car. And then he's like, all right. And then I start walking, and I love my sister-in-law because she gave like 0 fucks that day. She just followed right behind us like a lost puppy.
Oh my God.
So it's like him, me, and Sarah just like literally walking in a straight line. And then I go, where'd you park your car? He's like, way over there. I'm like, well, mine is right over here. How about I drive you to your car?
Lock the doors, child lock. You get in the back.
So I think
It'll
at
be
that
all
point
right.
he figured out that he was cornered.
Yeah.
So he gets into the driver's seat and I sit in the passenger, and then Sarah's in the back seat of my car, and then he drives us next to his car, and then Sarah goes like, so like obviously we found these things out, and Sarah was like, I just want to give you the benefit of the doubt, like I want this to work out so bad, and that's why I'm sitting in the car right now. Like I know Madia wants this to work out, I know you want this to work out, like what, like just tell us the truth, like do you work for this company? And it took her about 15 minutes of pleading, and then I look at him and I'm like, just pull up a pay stub, like open up your bank account and just show us, don't show me the amount, just show me the direct deposit from this company. And at some point I think he just ran out of excuses, and he goes, okay, I don't work there. And I was like, okay, so
Where do you work?
what do you do? And then he was like, it's a long story. It's going to take like an hour to tell. And I was like, well, like what? And in my head, I was like, an hour to tell so you can like go and create more lies and come back with a fresh new story?
He said it's going to take an hour.
For him to explain why he lied about what company he worked in.
Okay.
And I was like, why? I was like, just tell me. I was like, Sarah, you got anywhere to be?
So he wanted to leave for an hour and come back, or
No,
explain
he
for
wanted
an hour?
he wanted us to meet him again some other day, because it was going to take him an hour to explain.
And he had to be home immediately. Okay.
It's all bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, Sarah, you got anywhere? She's like, nope. And I was like, all right. Tell us, please, what happened. And then he goes into this whole thing about like how he was hired for this company, but then he got before they even took him on, because of the background check, he wasn't able to get the job. And since then,
So then he opened up about the background check.
yeah, and
Okay.
about the job, the company's background check, yeah. And then he said like, since he didn't get the job, he started working these contract gigs. And I was, so you're a contractor? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's not bad. Like, why are you lying? I'm like, this isn't bad. Like this, I'm like, you have a job.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm a contract worker. And then I was like, then why did you lie? And then he's like, because my family doesn't know. They still think I work for that company. And I was like, my guy.
Still work. You never worked.
Thank you, Dawood. And I was like, okay. And here's my thing. You have something going on, right? You have a lie that you told your family, but you're still making the money. You're still paying the bills. You're still bringing that home. At what point were you going to tell me? Like, I am about to leave my home, my safe place, my family, and trust you to take care of me. And this entire time, since the beginning of our relationship, you have been lying to me. I was like, that's wild behavior. That's insane. He's like, my family didn't know and I couldn't tell them. I couldn't have my mom figure it out. And I was like, then when were you planning on telling me? I was like, I already have a ring on my finger. Like at what point in our relationship were you going to tell me, hey, Madia, by the way, I don't work for this company? And like hindsight, looking back at it, like a few weeks ago, he was telling me about how his company was having layoffs. So I think what was going to happen was he was going to tell me right before the wedding or something that he got laid off. Yeah. And then at that point, I would never question why he wasn't going to that company anymore or working that job anymore. And I think that he was planting seeds, right? And like I was like, you lied to me. And he's like, it wasn't meant to hurt you. Like it was never nefarious by any means. Like he's like, at the end of the day, the money was still coming in. I was like, it's not about the money. It is not about the money.
But also, was it really 6 figures?
I don't know. Though I cannot tell you. I still don't know what the truth is.
You know where he messed up? Is that if he was racking in 6 figures as a contractor, he would have technically made more because of the expenses, tax wise,
Yeah, thank you.
for both of you guys.
Yeah, I am. I'm 1099. I'm
Yeah.
well aware.
IRS.
I have a good accountant. I don't do my own taxes,
That's great.
unlike some people.
Yeah, I do my own. I'm
who
a great
took
accountant.
3 college classes and thinks he is a CPA.
Not a CPA, but you know,
A CA.
you know, I got it down. I got QuickBooks down. You know what I mean? I'm locked in.
Yeah, yeah.
I could do a balance sheet.
Yeah, you're basically an accountant. What do they do? Just push a button all day anyways, right?
I'll push a button. I mean, they do a lot of math, but you know, I could do the math that an accountant can do, just not at a high level.
It's a little bit of addition, subtraction.
You know how, like, you know, the accounting is so broad, right? So you got like the whole, like, you know, like an airline, right? They got like the massive accounting of like employee payroll, then they got like the aircraft, the gases, the expense of the operations, you know, and then they segment every individual person to do like one thing, right? Like you're
Are you gonna
solely
mansplain accounting?
you're
to me?
solely in charge. No, I'm just saying what I would. You're solely in charge of operations, and then they have like 6 people on that team of operations and interns. I would be an intern. That's my level of accounting experience.
He gets fired within the first 3 weeks
I would do a great job.
because he's like Kevin and makes an imaginary number.
No one dumb works
Hooking
here.
up in a day.
No one dumb works here. I don't know. This is the first time. I saw that clip the other day. And anyways.
But anyways, back to what I was saying. So I was like, you lied, dude. Like you lied.
Yeah.
And then he was like, the only lie I told was the name of the company. Everything else about my job was honest. Like I still do this, I do that. And I'm like, I don't know if I can trust you. Like, I don't know. I need you to prove it to me.
Mm.
And at that point, I'm like, prove it. All right. And he's like, just give me like, and then Sarah was like,
Just
yeah.
give me an hour to figure out.
No, this gets better. Are you ready for this? The end. No, I'm just kidding. So then at that point, I was like, dude, like, what is happening? Like, I don't understand. Like, you told such a big lie. And okay, lie to your parents, lie to your family, lie to my family, but at least clue me in. Because now I look like a freaking clown because I've been over here defending you day and night against my family and friends, only to find out that they were right.
Yeah.
And you were lying this entire time, and I blindly trusted you. I blindly trusted you. I believed everything that you said. I didn't question it. If I did question it, when you gave me an answer, that's it. I believed you because why would anybody do that? You're 36 years old. Why would you lie about a job?
Yeah.
You know? And such a lie where like you would eventually get caught. Right? Because we would live together. I would see you day in and day out. I would have caught it on. How long were you thinking of keeping this going? And like after that, he was like, then Sarah stepped in, my sister-in-law, and she was just like, so we're gonna need to see some proof to make sure that you know you're working. And it's like, she's like, if you can, and at this point only me and Sarah knew. Nobody else, not my friends, my family, nobody knew. Sorry. So then at that point, Sarah goes, we need to see 1099s. We need to see pay stubs. We need to see an official work email. Sorry. Ugh. We need to see an official work email. We need to see something to prove that you are no longer lying. And this was a Friday night. He's like, yeah, don't worry. Like I have all weekend, right? I have all weekend. I will see you. Just let me know when I'll be there. Right. And I was like, okay. I was like, fine. So then Sarah leaves and then he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I was like, I don't know who you are, man. He's like, what do I need to do to fix this? I was like, full transparency moving forward. And then he goes, how do I do that? I'm like, give me your phone. I was like, unlock it. And he unlocks it. And I go and start sharing his location.
That's the funniest thing in the world. That's the funniest thing in the world.
I said, I'm going to see where you're going now, bitch. I was like, this is just the start.
I love how, like, after all of that, all you did was share your location. share his location with you?
What else was I supposed to do?
Nothing, but
Like,
that's just so funny.
the
You're
man
just
wasn't like opening up his bank account. He was like at a wedding. He didn't have his laptop or anything. Like, I was like, and again, remember at that point I was still in love. So Delulu, clearly Delulu, right?
I mean, and here's also the thing, right? Like, if you're like a 10 in general, if you're a 1099 contractor, you're sending invoices to somebody.
Yeah, like there should be a
There should be something.
Zelle, a paper trail, like
Yeah,
something.
text message. They'll send you a message.
Credit card. I have a business credit card.
Yeah.
I have a business debit card that's under my name. Like something.
Yeah.
Something, right? Nothing. Anyway, so then like Saturday, we were like, okay, so can you meet Saturday? And he was like, well, Saturday's family day. I'm gonna spend the whole day with my family. I watched that fool's location. He didn't leave the house. Where the hell are you going? Nowhere. He was at home the whole day.
Yeah.
And like, so again, and this is where like,
And were you texting him and calling him that day too?
yeah. So here's the thing, right? I know when to put a pin in it. Right? Like I know like at some point this conversation isn't going to go anywhere. And at this point, I'm just wasting my breath and wasting my time. So Friday night, I was like, okay, you know what? Get all your paperwork and all that ready. Let's meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, tomorrow's actually a really busy day. I'm like, you just told Sarah you're free all weekend. He's like, but yeah, you know, Saturdays are family days. And I was like,
Since when? I've known you for a year.
I was like, so Sunday then? He's like, can we make it Monday? And I was like, no.
I work Monday till like 9 p.m.
I was like, absolutely not. We're not dragging this out.
Yeah.
If you can't do Saturday, the most I'm willing to wait for is Sunday. Are you free Sunday? He's like, yeah. I'm like, bet. Sunday. Right? Then he goes home, he calls me, everything is fine. The next morning I wake up, he FaceTimes me, things are great. Like, because I'm thinking that this man is like doing stuff. Like I was expecting him to go to the office, like get his stuff, get his work laptop, go, you know, like get his files, get everything in order. And all I see is this little freaking find me little circle thing blinking green at his house.
Oh, so it's live and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was really frustrating. And then that night I do call him and I think this is where I need to do some work because I'm really good at repressing.
Yeah.
So I like, again, Delulu to the max. I was like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to like, I was like, you know what, Madia, that morning I went to this amazing halal restaurant. It's called Mexican Kitchen and Ice Cream Halal also. It's in Plano and they have the best dripped birria tacos in Dallas. So I went there and I got me my birria tacos and frescas con crema. And I picked out because I am lactose intolerant, but I risked it for the biscuit and it was totally worth it.
I risked it for the biscuit.
And it was totally worth it.
And
So
he was there with you.
Like he wasn't there with me, you know, but like I was like FaceTiming him throughout the day, like texting him throughout the day. Like I was doing my thing, right? And then I went and met up with Samia for coffee at Escape 360. And then like I was going to go to my friend's house at night.
Great coffee shop, by the way, sponsor the podcast. Escape 360.
Escape, yes. Noodle Wave is also a really good
Oh,
restaurant.
Noodle Wave is amazing.
We love Noodle Wave.
And
anytime we have business meetings, guess what we order? Noodle
really
Wave.
is Noodle Wave.
It really is Noodle Wave.
yeah, every time.
Pepper
And
steak.
owned by the same people.
Yes. That's why I brought Noodle Wave up.
Kyle.
At least a gift card.
Kyle, sponsor. Come on, brother.
We still haven't heard from your 1418 contact.
Yeah, he hasn't responded to me.
You got ghosted by my favorite
I
coffee
got ghosted
shop?
by Nolan. I think I have to see him.
Okay. So what are you going to do? Are you just going to like camp out at 1418 until you see him?
No, he goes off. I just got to go in the morning.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'll try tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so like I do this thing where I repress my emotions and I don't allow myself to feel and I like to distract myself. But then when I came back from Escape 360 and like, you know, Samia and I had another talk and like I think one of my struggles towards the end of it was this is the second time I've been engaged.
Mm-hmm.
The first time was like 10 years ago and that was a whoopsie doopsie. It was an accidental engagement. I didn't want it. My parents wanted it. So it was kind of like a forced thing, but I got out of that. I was 22. And like, since then I did a lot of work on myself. Even back then, my siblings had my back. That was a little bit more traumatic because my parents weren't willing to break it off right away. And it took a lot to get to that point. So like in my head, I was like, damn, Madia, 2 broken engagements. And you know, log kya kenge? 31, 2 broken engagements. Like, who's gonna want to marry you now? Right? And like the log kya kenge started hitting me in my head, right? And then like I went and talked to Samia, and then she's like, again, brought up our friend who's going through a divorce, and she's like, Madia, like, if you're seeing this now, like, fuck what people think. She was like, they're gonna talk about it for a week, and then you're gonna be old news, and they're gonna forget about it, and it's gonna be about the next piece of gossip.
And also, I will add this: there's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone has anything that paints you as a villain.
Yeah.
And I think where like the Lokia Kanga really like becomes an issue is if someone is starting to spread a story. Whether it's a true story or a false story, whatever it is, that's where people start to think.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like your friend said, or was it your sister-in-law, is that after a week it fizzles out.
Yeah.
Because
Samia, yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing to say.
And then that's the reality. And she's like, you are going to go through with this because you're afraid of what people are going to think and say about you. Meanwhile, you're going to have to live with this man day in and day out. I was like, and then I was like, I can't do this to my parents again.
Yeah.
I was like, they already had to like face the community. Like, they're going to have to do it again. Right? Like, here's Madia screwing it up again for you, mom and dad. Right? Like, I was like...
But that's you being like highly empathetic.
Yeah, like I was just like, I don't want my mom to go and sit with her aunties at the next dawat, and they're like, Kya hua Madia ka? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
And then she has to sit there and retell the story over and over. Like, it pains me.
Yeah.
Because I know my parents love me. I know my siblings love me. And the fact that they have to sit there and talk about this pains them.
I will say this, it probably pains you more to think about them remotely suffering than it actually does for them going through it.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way.
Yeah. And I think like, I just like, you know, like our community can be very toxic. And I just was like, I don't want a dark stain on my parents' names. Like they are very much about their izzat and their image in the community. And rightfully so. They've worked very, very hard to maintain it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person that ruins that. You know? So like that was the other thing I was thinking. I was like, okay, Madia, like if he tells the truth, then maybe we can like work around it and it's going to be okay. And then mom and dad won't have to like you won't have to break off another engagement and like we can avoid all of this. Right. And like in my head, and then Samia was like, Madia, are you crazy? Like if he's lying about his job, what else is he lying about?
So did you find any other lies?
Oh, hell yeah, I did.
So what were they?
I'll explain to you.
What else did you find
so
out?
then on Saturday, I like apparently like again, I spent the whole day, and then at night I was supposed to go with my other friends. But when I came back from coffee with Samia, like my head was spinning. I came home and I threw up because I was like, oh my God, like I got an anxiety attack and I threw up. And then I like texted my friends. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to make it. I'm not feeling good. And then I call him. And like mid panic attack, I start crying and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? I was like, do you not care? He's like, what do you mean? Like, I was like, I have been waiting all day for you to send me something, a picture, a pay stub, an email to prove that you aren't lying. I was like, you say you love me. Like, do you not want to fight for a relationship? Like, do you not care? How can you sit at home all day and not even like send me anything? We had such a big conversation last night. And he's like, you don't think I've been suffering? Haven't been able to get out of bed all day. And I was like, you have the power to do something about it. It's not on me. It's on you. You lied. I didn't. You have to be the one that clears your name, not me. And then he goes, and And then he goes, I know, I'm sorry. I'll get it done. I'll grab everything. I'll get everything. At this point, my sister-in-law put us in a group chat, and she sent him a list of items that he needs to bring to the meetup.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, Sarah sent you what you need to bring. Have that ready to go tomorrow. And then he goes, why do I feel like it's already over? And I go, I never said that. I was like, if it was over, why am I sitting in front of you right now begging you to save this relationship? I said, if that's what you're thinking, that's on you. But nothing that I have done so far or said so far should lead you to think that I'm wanting to break this off. I don't want to break this off. I want this to work. But at the same time, I can't marry a liar.
Mm-hmm.
I can't marry somebody who I don't know who you are, who I'm going to second guess every other word out of your mouth and think like what's true and what's not, you know? So I was like, if you don't want this to end, I hope that tomorrow you have something to prove, you know, the truth that you claimed last night in the car. And he was like, yeah, I will. Okay. Now it's Sunday, right? And he told us on Friday that his entire weekend was free. All of a sudden on Sunday, his brother has a basketball tournament that he has to go to. And then at night, he has a party that he needs to go to celebrating his engagement. My guy. The engagement that's on the rocks.
Yeah, why are you going to that party, bro?
What are you celebrating, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay, now if it was me, before anything happened, Thursday when my fiance called me out on my lie, it would have been like, here you go. This is what I do. This is exactly where I work. This is my pay stub. This is that. Something. Nothing. Since that Thursday, he was just dragging it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then Sunday comes along. He calls me at 9 a.m. on a Sunday, which is so disrespectful. People sleep. It's the Lord's Day.
It's a Sunday. Leave me alone.
I was so mad. I was like, it's 9 a.m. Why is he calling me?
What do you have to prove?
I was
Why
like,
are you waking up at 9 a.m. on a Sunday, dog? You're jobless.
I was like, are you kidding me?
He's trying to prove to you that he has a job. I'm stuck in my morning routine.
I was like, 9 a.m. What? So then I was like, I called him back at 10 and he's like, okay, I thought about what you said last night and I'm going to, I'm going to get my other brother to take my brother to the game and I'm just going to show up in my own car and I'm just going to watch one game and then I'm going to leave and then I'll meet you and Sarah earlier. I was like, great. Keep me in the loop.
Great initiative. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And what he had told me was they had to leave the house by 11 because the basketball tournament was like an hour away. I called Sarah and I'm like, hey, Sarah, guess what? He called and he's saying that he can actually meet us earlier because originally he was going to meet us at 10 p.m. because he had to go to the Dawah celebrating his engagement. You know? So I'm like, Sarah, he said he can meet us earlier. At this point, I've woken this girl up at like 10:32 on a Sunday. And I'm so sorry for that, Sarah. Please forgive me. But you're a real one, MVP of this whole story. And she goes, it's okay, Madia. Like, just let me know. Keep me in the loop. We'll do that. He was supposed to leave the house at 11. I'm watching his freaking find my location little green thingy. He doesn't leave the house till 4 p.m.
And when was he supposed to meet you?
He was going to meet me at 10 p.m. that night. He told me he can meet me earlier. He was going to leave the house at 11. And then he said he has to wait later because his mom is running errands and he's going to take his mom there. But then his brother's going to, like, this whole elaborate, like, scheme, right? And then I just see him sit there till 4 p.m. And then he makes his way to the tournament. And then get this. Are you ready for the cherry on top? His phone died. So I can't even prove if he actually went to the freaking game.
His phone died.
Because within 3 minutes of him being on the road, his phone dies. It goes red.
At 4 p.m.? And he didn't charge it all day?
I know.
So.
I know. I know.
So it dies and he charges it. And
he doesn't charge it. He doesn't charge it until 7 p.m. And at this point, he has to be at a Dawah.
How do you know it died? How do you know he didn't just turn it off?
Because the phone just turned red. Like when it was red.
I wonder, and this is me just thinking, if I turn my phone off right now, if Find My will still.
Let's
say
try it.
Let's see. I know you don't have my location.
Share your location with me, Dawood. Let me add you to the list.
I don't mind at all. The only person that like this is like super ironic.
Uh-huh.
The only person that I wasn't comfortable sharing my location with was my brother.
Why?
I just don't know.
Okay, share your location with me, Dawood. Why aren't you sharing your location with me? Why are you being so shady?
I just didn't like trust my brother with my location.
I don't trust Dawood to say he is where he is.
No, I am. I always am. I have only a few places that I'm at all
Liar.
times.
Last week you were in like Pittsburgh.
No, okay, no. Besides travel doesn't count, right? But I mean like home wise.
He shared his location.
Okay, so
share indefinitely?
Yeah, of course. So I'm gonna turn my phone off.
Yeah.
All right. My phone is now powering off.
Wait, Dawood.
And you tell me if that goes.
Dawood, wait.
If that goes red, because if it goes red, it means his phone didn't die and he just turned it off.
Wait, turn your phone back on.
Why?
Because it didn't like finish sharing.
No, it did.
You sure?
What does it say for you?
It says no location found.
What about you?
Is it giving you a no location with the pinwheel?
All right, give it a minute. We'll check back in a little bit. I'll keep my phone off for now. Sometimes it takes a second to update. Okay, so continue.
Yeah, so anyways, his phone died. Hey, now it says Plano, Texas. It's green a minute ago.
Okay.
Okay, let's wait because this is what happened for him too.
Yeah, it needs to
because
refresh.
then it went red.
Yeah.
Holy shit, did he have his phone off?
We're about to find out.
The lies keep lying. The lies keep lying.
Wait, don't speculate yet because we don't know yet.
No, I still have live, just not like I can't find your location.
I can see like for him, I saw the last place before it just died.
Find My still available when your phone's dead.
When your phone's off.
Yeah. You like if you turn your phone off all the way, it's still available.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it did die.
It was dead.
Maybe it
to
did
pull
die.
it.
Yeah.
It only-
Can you Google that to confirm it?
Trust me, I know.
But Google it to confirm.
Trust me, I know.
I'll Google it right now.
Googles.
You Googled it?
There's not location not
Wait, let me ask my bestie ChatGPT.
Yeah, ask ChatGPT.
Then you also have location not found and location unavailable. Location unavailable means that they don't have signal or that their like phone is genuinely like
So what did it say?
dead.
His was like it was his last location and then it turned red and it kept like just upping. So it was like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, and it just wouldn't update.
See, Madia, this is why you need Life 360.
I know. I learned the difference now.
Life 360 is a game changer. I mean, it tells you battery percentage, it tells you exact location, like
The route they took,
all of it.
the speed they were going.
So it's 10 miles off usually, but
No, mine's pretty accurate.
Hold on.
if yours says you're going 97, you're actually going 107
What?
on Life 360.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then anyways, his phone died, and then like he calls me at like 7:00, and like full in shalarkamis and everything, and then hold on. Does Find My sorry, I can't like talk and think at the same time.
I thought you already Googled it. Why don't you
I
just
did,
talk to
but then my
ChatGPT?
friend
Oh wait,
just
you
said-
don't pay for it.
Shut up. Does my friend Find My Friend still
Business expense,
work
Madia. Just get
if you're oh my god, you're right.
just get ChatGPT.
If your phone dies. Okay. Let's see what ChatGPT. If the phone battery, once the phone is truly out of power, it can no longer actively send its location to Apple servers. So Find My Friends will not show your live location. People you share with will usually see no location found or just offline until the phone works again. However, if you've enabled send last location in your Find My settings, it's on by default on a modern iPhone. Your phone will automatically send its last known location, which is what happened. Yeah. So his phone did die.
Okay,
Okay.
good to know. What about
At least one
when
truth
what
came
about
out.
when you power it off? Did you ask ChatGPT? What does your Find My location? What does it look like when you power your phone off?
When you power it off.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if it still sends a signal.
If you power your phone off manually, here's how when the phone is powered off, live location sharing stops immediately. People you share your location with will not see your update. They usually see no location found or your last known location with a timestamp.
So it acts the same.
No, I saw his last known location with the timestamp.
It says the same thing if your phone died and you have last location enabled.
No, it says last known location, but it didn't say timestamp.
Interesting. Wait, no, confirm this. Ask if your phone dies, will it do last location with a
If your
timestamp?
phone dies or if you turn it off manually, right?
Yeah, do they both show timestamp?
Manually. Will they both?
Show timestamp.
Yes, both situations show a timestamp,
Yeah.
but what it says can differ. If your phone dies, Find My will show your last known location with a timestamp like last seen 2 hours ago. If you turn your phone off manually, it also shows your last known location with a timestamp. The timestamp reflects when the phone was powered off. And then after some time, it may switch to no location found, but the timestamp at the last update is what people see.
Yeah, it's the same. I don't think.
But
there's
it says that after some time, it may say switch to no location found.
right. That's if your phone dies.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his never did that.
Okay,
I guess we'll never know.
it could have been powered off.
Maybe because it happened twice that day. Anywho, so then what had happened was his phone died, and then
What?
huh?
His phone was powered off.
Okay,
We're switching the narrative.
I would ask him to defend himself, but then again, I don't know if it'd be a truth.
You
or
should
not.
text him. Why? No, but you don't ask him. You accuse him. Why'd you turn your phone off and tell me that it died?
But then he'll say I didn't.
Nah, but you gotta double down.
So I had.
You gotta be like, you've already lied to me enough times. I don't need you to do this to me again.
Oh damn, Dawood.
I'm telling you.
I need Dawood to have like a glass of wine with long nails and like be on the Real Housewives of something right now.
You've already lied to me before.
Listen, Jessica.
That was a bar, though.
Yeah.
That was a bar.
Yeah.
It's not important. I'm just being toxic. Okay, so continue.
Anyways, what had happened was that so then I called Sarah. I'm like, Sarah, he just went to the game. And she's like, what? She's like, he ain't going to meet us before 10. I was like, I don't think so either. 7:00, he calls me. He's like, I'm ready to go. He's like, don't worry, I'm taking my own car. I'll meet you from there. I'm like, okay, great. And then he doesn't leave the house till 8:30. Now, he lives about an hour away from where we live, right? So just to paint a picture, if you're leaving at 8:30 from your home to meet me at 10, you're going to go to what? The party for 30 minutes? But again, you just left your home. So what? You're going to drive 30 minutes to just what? Look at the house and leave?
A party for you, by the way.
Party for you. Oh, I wasn't invited to.
No, not you. A party for him.
Yeah.
Show face, leave.
Mm-hmm.
And whose house was this?
It was like a family friend or something.
And you never met this person before?
I think I did at a event that I went to at his house.
Okay.
Again, so many aunties, they all end up blurring together at some point.
Right.
But yeah, so
Do
then
you have photos from this event?
I do. Not because I deleted everything.
No, did he have photos from this engagement event?
Oh no, I didn't ask him. I don't know if he did or didn't. I never asked him.
I'm just trying to... Was he at this house?
I don't know.
And if he was at that house and it was
Yeah.
a party for him, why was no one taking photos?
Because I don't know.
Because was he at the house for that reason?
All I know is that I did see him start driving, and then he calls me and he tells me that, hey, my phone's about to die.
Okay.
And then he hangs up, and then his phone proceeds to die, according to him. Then me and Sarah went to Zio Al's and Alan, and we were sitting there having dinner and like doing our thing, waiting for him. And at that, when he called me the last time before he died, he was like, "Hey, it's gonna be more like 11 o'clock."
And y'all were waiting since 7.
We were waiting. Well, like when he had called me at that point, we were still at the house, right? It was like 8 o'clock, and we were getting ready to leave to go get dinner before we meet him. And then he tells me that, hey, it's looking more like 11 now on a Sunday, by the way. Let's put that into perspective. And then I'm like, okay. He's like, and I was like, Sarah, he's saying 11. He's like, we're okay. So then me and Sarah go to Zio's and we sit there for about 3 hours. At 10:56, his phone is still not on. So I text his sister. I'm like, hey, are you near your brother? Can you please tell him to give me a call? So then he calls me like 10 minutes later with his mom's phone saying, hey, I'm leaving in 20-30 minutes. At this point, it's like 11:10. You're going to leave in 20-30 minutes, which means it's going to be like, what, 11:40? So by the time you get to where I'm at, it's like 1 a.m.
Because he lives
an hour away. Yeah. I was like, and here's my thing. You are supposed to be my husband, my protector. You gonna have your wife sitting outside till 1 a.m. waiting on you? My brother was freaking out. Right? Because why was his wife out at 1 a.m. with me?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because that's what you're supposed to do when you have a person that you care for. But at that point, I was like, we've gotten this far. Fuck it. I need answers, and I need them now. So eventually, he does show up. And he walks, and we go to my office because we wanted privacy. And he walks in, and like, you know when you walk in and you see somebody and you know they're on the defense? It was just like that. He walked in with his backpack on the defense. He sits down. He unzips his back, and then he like tries to make small talk. And I'm like, and then Sarah was like, you know, yeah. And I was like, hey, how are you? Like, and then I was like, I just couldn't look at him. I was so disgusted in that moment. I can't tell you. And then after that, he's like, okay, well, let's just cut to the chase. And then he unzips his backpack and produces 4 pieces of paper, which are his 4 pay stubs. And then I'm like,
That's all you got?
I was like, okay, what else? He's like, that's it. Proof of employment. I said, no, it's not.
Took you 4 days to do this?
I was like, no, it's not. I was like, where are your 1099s? He's like, well, I don't have access to them. And then I was like, what? And then I'm like, can you just show me like your work email? He's like, I already told you my work email, which was the Gmail. And then Sarah steps in and she's just like, you know what? Just do this. Open up your banking app and just show us the correlated amount of the deposited check in your account. That's it.
Valid.
That's all we need to see. You show us that, we'll walk away. You're telling the truth. Then he gets really aggressive and he goes, what is that going to prove, Sarah? Why do you need to look into my bank account? And he's like, why are you speaking for her? And then he points at me. He's like, she's not asking to see my bank account. You are. What are you trying to prove? And then I look at him and I'm like, I am asking you to see your bank account. And he goes, why? What is this going to prove? I said, transparency. You said 100% transparency. Open your bank account. He opens his bank account. Nothing. Before that, he tells me that his money is in an EECU, like a credit union. And I was like, all right, open up your mobile banking app. He's like, I don't have one for it.
That's cap.
That's cap. He didn't sign up for one. Apparently he has it. How are you managing your money?
You have you're not. It's impossible.
When you open the account, they sit down with you and make you download the app and create it for you. I know this. Why? Because I've opened multiple accounts.
Yeah, also, first of all, it doesn't take a genius. Everyone looks at their bank account. There's not a single person who doesn't track their money.
My old school Pakistani, Ruxana Ashraf, uses a mobile banking account. Okay? You should see that woman on the Bank of America app. She is a whiz. But turns her phone on vibration and she doesn't know what's happening.
Oh my God.
Like my own mother has a mobile banking app. What are you talking about? You're IT. You don't have a mobile banking app?
Of course he does.
So then that was his other thing, right? And then at that point, well, before he even opened up his bank account, he looks at Sarah and he's like, "Can you leave?" And Sarah's like, "Okay." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll be in the next room if you need anything." I'm like, "Thank you, Sarah." So after this, at this point,
And then she goes to the door and puts her ears against the door. She's like, "I'm in the next room."
like,
Grabs a cup.
After this, it's like at this point, it's like 1:45, and I'm not getting anywhere with him.
AM, by the way. Sunday
AM.
night. It's Monday morning.
Monday morning.
But it's not Monday
They're
until you
off.
sleep.
They're off because it's a holiday, but I'm still working
Of
because
course.
my boss is a bitch. She's really cracking that whip, you know.
We don't get vacation days.
We don't get vacations.
We
It's a
don't
lie when they say your own boss is a dream.
No, you're working more than you ever would.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then at this point at 1:45, Sarah comes in and she's like, "Madia, like, can I talk to you? Do you need to talk to me?" And I'm looking at her, and then I'm like, I think I'm okay. And then he goes, No, go talk to her. See what she wants. And I'm like, fine. And then I get up and I go with Sarah to the conference room, and she's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like in tears at this point. I'm like, "Sarah, like, I don't know. Like, he hasn't shown me anything to prove that he's not lying." And then she's like, "Fuck everything, Madia. Ask him about his education." Now, one thing about Madia Ashraf, career counselor for the past 10 years, is she knows education.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
PhD, one PhD, double
Almost-
masters.
Almost, okay. You're so beautiful. I love you so much. One of everything.
Okay, one college degree, one master's,
One undergrad, one
One
master's, and an almost PhD.
almost PhD.
Working on it.
All right, almost double PhD.
Single PhD. Anywho, I'm like, because what he had told me when we had first started talking was that he was enrolled in a master's program for data analysis or whatever, data analytics. Oh my God, Madia, speak.
Yeah.
Data analytics. And that he took a semester off the semester we met because there was a lot going on in his life. I was like, all right, but he was going to restart it in the spring, right? So a few weeks ago, we had a conversation, and he told me about how his mom and him had to sit down about him restarting his master's program, and it's like an 8-week cohort thing, and that he's going to restart it in February. Bet. So then I go back to the room, and I'm like, "You told me you're in a master's program. Pull up your school email." I'm like, "I don't need to see anything. Just prove to me that you are a student at this university." He can't do it. I'm like, "Forget that. Show me your acceptance letter. Show me where it says that you got accepted into this program at this university." And he's like, "Madia, you don't have to apply for this program." I'm sorry, what? He's like, "You don't apply for this program. It's an 8-week cohort. You just join." I said, "Is it an MS?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Then you have to apply. What are you talking about?" He's like, "No, you don't." At that point, guys, I saw red. I grabbed my phone. I Googled the university. I find the program. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, look over here. This is the program? This is the university? Yeah? Okay. Look what this green button says. Apply now." You know what's right next to it? Requirements to apply to the program. Did you apply? Do you have an acceptance letter from this university? Do you have an email registration summary? Something?
Nothing.
And then what pissed me off the most was when I was telling him, I was like, "Look, I'm not trying to throw my degrees in your face, but I do this for a living." Like, and then when I say that, he just goes, "When I tell you I want to pop his head like a pimple so bad." Just want to squeeze him, dude. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
What are you, he's like, I'm like, "You have the audacity to mock me right now when you have been lying this entire time?" At that moment, I think Sarah came in because my brother was on the phone, and it was 2:30 a.m. and my dad gets up at 3 to go to work, and he did not know this was happening. So we had to skedaddle. So then Sarah got me home at 2:45. again, MVP, 15 minutes to spare.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I run upstairs and we call Sarah and I call Sarah and we're both like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I could not sleep that night, though. The next day, I don't call him. I don't text him. He texts me. He's like, hey, we should talk. And I'm like, yeah, we should. I get done at 6 o'clock. I will call you then. 6 o'clock rolls around. I called him. He doesn't pick up. He's talking to his mom, apparently, is what he tells me. Fine. Then my brother and sister-in-law, who knew I was like going through it, they came over to the office and they're like, hey, and they were so sweet. They brought me food and all that. Then we devised a plan on how to tell my parents because it's scary.
Of course.
And my brother, again, since he was feeling distant, the week before he came to a joint therapy session with me where we tried to work.
Your brother did?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And we did a joint therapy session where we tried to work out our differences. And I felt like that therapy session didn't end well, but lo and behold, he was listening. Because when I tell you, he just did like a 180 shift and like was cool, calm, collected. He took lead. Like he heard me out. He didn't show me any anger. Like we get to the house. My mom and dad are like in their room. They're just talking. And me and my sister-in-law sit down. And my brother's like, okay, so here's the thing. We found some things out about Madia's fiance and we can't move forward. We found out XYZ. He's been lying about his job. He's been lying about his education. We don't know how much of this lie is, how deep it goes. But point is, she can't marry him. And then my mom goes, Fatma was right. I was like, what? She's like, she told me. She's like, Mama, this guy isn't good. He doesn't have a job, Mama. He doesn't have a job, I'm telling you.
Oh, so she was ready.
And I was like, what? And my dad's like, I knew it. He's like, I knew there was something off about this family. I'm like, what? I'm like, y'all knew and no one said shit.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
In their defense, it's very hard. And once you have, as you say, the rose-colored glasses on, you don't see anything else.
I was shooketh. I was like, these are the same people that did not let me break off my first one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? And my dad's like, I knew it. I knew something was up. I told you guys. Nobody was listening to me. That no, Madia's happy. Let her be. And then...
I can picture him. I can picture him saying all this.
Yeah, and then he goes, and then my brother goes, yeah, so we need to break it off. And then my dad looks at me, and at this point, I'm in tears, and he's like, "What do you want us to do?" He's like, "Do you want to keep going with this, or do you want us to break it off?" I say, "Dad, we need to break it off. I can't look past this. I asked him to tell me the truth multiple times, and he just lied even more." And then my dad goes, "Okay, but Dad, we'll break it off." Mm-hmm. And then he was like, every day before I left for the house, I would pray tahajjud and I would ask Allah to just whatever is best for you to let it happen, and if this isn't good for you to remove it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, this is my tahajjud coming true. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, we're all crying. We're all on the brink of tears. My mom also said some out-of-pocket comments about me having a psychology degree and obviously being able to read. Like I'm fucking Superman, able to laser read and figure out what you're doing. Mom, that's not how fucking psychology works. Anyways, that's a whole nother tangent for another day.
That's so funny. Your mom's like, why did we put you through this program if you can't even see this?
First of all, why did I put myself through this program?
And your mom is like, we could see it and you couldn't.
Like, nobody said anything. And then my sister walks in and and then she's like, hey, everybody, what's going on? And then my mom goes, Fatima, you were right.
And Fatima's like, I've never heard this before.
Fatima said, I knew it. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, you owe me 175. You owe me 175. You owe me 175. You owe me all of you owe me 175. I've been going to my therapist for the past 5 weeks telling them, Mariam, like you don't understand. My family is crazy. My sister's marrying this little man. I can't. She called him a little leprechaun. And she was just like, she's marrying this little man. No one's listening to me. Everyone's so delusional. It's because I'm the youngest. Nobody thinks it's important. I just can't. I can't let her marry him. But she's going forward with this wedding. Like wedding dresses are being ordered. Venues have been booked. She's like, oh, y'all owe me 175 for a therapy session for emotional distress.
Oh, we love Fatima. That is amazing.
That is youngest kind of character.
That is very young sibling energy.
Yeah.
I relate to her so much. Nobody listens to me, but I'm always right in the
Yeah.
family. You know what I mean? I'm like, these are the steps that we need to make, but nobody listens.
It's because y'all are the youngest. And sometimes, though, to be fair, y'all aren't always right.
I've always been right.
Fatma, I will give her that she is really good at reading people.
Yeah.
I think it's like part of who she is, but she is really good at calling a black egg a black egg. Like she can figure it out right away. And I think with me, she was like trying to tell me, and I wasn't being receptive to it because I was like, you can't
see it.
I can't see it. And it's like, you don't know him. You don't know him like I do.
You can't see it. Yeah.
Right. And I was like, you don't understand, but he told me XYZ. And then she's like, he's lying. And I was like, no, he's not. You just don't want me to take Ferguson with me when I move out. So anyways.
Can I also say, I see Fatima everywhere. I went on a 5K run. She was there. She was outpacing me. Like I go to Zio's. I see her at Zio's.
Just typing away, doing her thing.
I'm at weddings. I see her there at weddings.
She's a social butterfly.
She's everywhere and nowhere all at the same time.
She is Miss Dallas.
Yeah,
She is.
She is.
But yeah, so then that happened. And then so that was great. I cried it out. Then my mom, everyone, like my dad was cool, my mom, my brother and my sister-in-law, and then my sister were cool, but my mom, I start crying and she's like, why are you crying? I was like, she's like, I did not raise you to cry because of a man. And I said, what? She's like, you don't cry because of men. You make men cry.
That's right. That's right, Mama A.
She's like, you idiot. Of course he was lying. He's a man.
Wow, your mom is a man hater.
I was like, Ammi?
Where did this come from?
Ammi, mera dil toota hai? She's like, of course dil toota, you idiot.
You let him control your dil.
She's like, why'd you give him your dil in the first place? I was like, I don't know. You wanted me to get married. I thought he was the one.
You told
me you wanted me to get married. You said get
you
married.
sent him to me.
He had a heartbeat and he was Muslim. He met your criteria.
You gave him my number.
I did another I went a step beyond and made sure he's Pakistani.
And you start backtracking and you go, actually, this was your fault.
They were blaming me. I said, listen.
You sent his number.
I said, listen here. This was a team effort.
Yeah, this is all
We
of us.
all had a part to play.
I got no bio data.
But if there is anyone that had the biggest part to play, it is you, Ruxana Ashraf. Because everyone in this room can back me up when I say if I saw his picture, I would have rejected him immediately.
So funny.
Anyways, the next day. Well, that night I call him.
Okay.
And I tell him that, hey, it's not going to move forward. At this point, I'm in tears. Obviously, this is really hard. I still love the man, even though he's a freaking pathological liar. And I tell him, like, hey, it's over. I can't move forward. And then he goes, I had a feeling. Of course, you had a feeling because you were lying on top of your lies, my guy. Like,
yeah,
come
it was
on.
just a matter of time
You're just
until
lying.
you figured it out.
This entire time you were lying. And then he goes, and then we're talking and he's like, I've learned a lot from this relationship. I'll make sure to not do this with the next girl. I'm sorry, what? I'm the love of your life, the biggest mistake you ever made, and what?
You just scrumphed a scrumph. You said,
next girl? That's why I'm on this podcast. I'm going to make sure he don't get a next girl. That's for sure.
Then say his name.
No, I will not. I don't want to get sued for libel. But if
for
you know.
What? Sued for what?
If you know, you know. I don't know. I already got too many bills, man. Even if he just comes after me, I can't afford a lawyer right now.
How's it? Just dismiss this.
What if he accuses me of what's it called?
Defamation.
Defamation of character. Wait, I got the email chain from Robert.
You have email chain. You have the text threads. You have
Okay,
proof.
so here's the thing. His siblings, sweetest people in the world, and I don't want to ruin their life. So there we go.
You know what? Valid reason. I'll take it.
Yeah. I love his siblings. His sister, his brothers, some of the most down-to-earth, sweetest people in the world. Mother, on the other hand, different story.
So where did
Anyways, so then the next
Did you speak to the siblings at all about this whole situation?
No.
Did you try to get some clarity from them?
No.
Okay.
What had happened was that so then he tells me that, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, you better not do. I said, please make sure that you don't do this to any other girl ever again. And then he's like, so when are you going to tell your parents? I said, when? I said, sweetie, they already know. They will be calling your mother tomorrow. And then he's like, tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. Rewind a little bit. Tomorrow was
Can
the
I also say
yeah.
I did notice he was a little weird.
Yeah, everyone did.
I did tell you that.
Yeah, everyone did. Thank you, Dawood. Everyone did.
No, not like I was just like,
there was something up. Like dal mein kuch kala hai, right?
yeah,
like,
I was like, I had the conversation. I was like, he's too
perfect.
precise.
Yeah,
too
he's
precise.
Yeah.
Too calm, too level-headed. I knew that he either had to have anger issues.
He does.
Or that there was something. Like, here's the thing. I'm calm, but I'm very chalant.
Mm-hmm.
He's calm and nonchalant. That's a problem. Sociopathic, psychopathic, whichever one it is.
Yeah. So, So I'm gonna rewind a little bit. His boys booked him a bachelor trip to Thailand that he was leaving for the next day when my parents were gonna break off.
Okay.
When my parents were gonna break off the engagement.
He's gay. He's into ladyboys. You know what goes down in Thailand? Ladyboys.
Yes, I am now learning about Thailand.
Okay, but no. Thailand is a beautiful place to visit. There's nothing wrong with going to Thailand.
As a family.
No. Even with your trustworthy boys or whatever.
But that's what he said he was doing. He was going to go for sightseeing.
Okay, but he is a problematic person. You're not understanding the problem here. He's problematic. Take a regular person and go to Thailand. It'll be a good, fine trip. Like, there won't be any issues. Him
going to Thailand is
going to Thailand is the problem.
Yes, I was told multiple times. My sister-in-law would not. That was like, I think, the biggest fight that we had. She was like, how are you allowing him to go to Thailand? I was like, he's going to look at the ocean, Sarah. I don't know.
He's going to bang some cocks. From the lady voice. And I'm gonna mute that. I'm gonna have to bleep that one out. Anyways, can I get sued for defamation?
He's like, what did you tell them? And I go, I just told them that I caught you in a few lies and that it was a issue of trust and honesty. He's like, okay, I'll let my mom know the same thing. He's like, can you just do me one more favor? And I was like, what? He's like, can you just wait till next Wednesday? I was like, excuse me? Meanwhile, homeboy has sent me his entire itinerary.
Can you just wait till next Wednesday?
He's like, my mom's blood pressure isn't good and she's like sick. And
that's another lie, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I'll ask my family. And then I like break up with him, hang up, and I go outside. My mom and sister are sitting there like, what did he say? And I said, I was like, he's asking if you guys can wait till next Wednesday to break it off. My sister said, Madia, you fucking bitch. She's like, stop defending the man. She's like, no. She's like, Mom, call his mom up right now. Right now. I was like, Mom, no, she's sleeping. She's like, Madia, stop it. You haven't slept for the past 4 nights because of this man and you're worried about his mother's sleep? So then after that, the next day, my mom called his mom, and my dad, and my sister were there. And my dad speaks and he goes, we're calling because we don't want to proceed with the rishta. We don't want to move forward with this. We found out that your son was lying about his job and his education. And, we gave him a chance to come clean and he wasn't able to prove that he had a job. So that's why we can't, we're breaking this off. And then his mom goes, my son never lied. He has a job. He goes to school. He works all day long. And then he goes to classes at night. And then my dad just gave my sister the phone. I was like, actually, he doesn't. We did a background check and we found yada, yada, yada. And then we called the company the HR of the company, we can send you the emails if you'd like.
Wow.
And he said that he doesn't work there. And she goes, I don't know what you're talking about. My son's not a liar. And then she goes, please don't say anything to my daughter's in-laws because I'm still trying to get my daughter married. His sister was engaged at the time. And my dad goes, yeah, don't worry. I'm also trying to get my daughter married. And then he hung up. And that's how I was engaged for 5 months. The end.
All that in 5 months. Oh, you were engaged for 5 months. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess not engaged for 5 months. I was engaged for a month.
Yeah, you were engaged for about
A month. Bought Buckied for 3. And then like started talking to him in July.
You know, at the end of the day, Madia,
I got saved.
July, August, September, October, November,
Just
December.
7 months.
No. 6.5.
6.5. Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's 6.5 months out of your entire life.
Yeah.
Big picture, dog, that's not even out of the newborn phase of a baby.
I mean, that's not even enough to make a baby.
That's not even enough to make a baby.
The baby would still be baking 9 months.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking from birth, from, the eviction. But you're thinking from...
I'm thinking pre-eviction. I'm thinking moving day.
You're thinking pre-eviction. There you go. You're thinking of signing the lease.
Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm back on the market.
Madia's back on the market, guys.
Took a 6-month hiatus.
And I will say, this one wasn't Madia's fault.
Really?
I can't say the other ones were, but I'm just saying, in case they were, this one wasn't her fault.
Thank you, Daoud. That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, I didn't know him well, and maybe if I met him in person, I would have thought something differently.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to see those lies, because the thing is, at the end of the day, lies are always going to come out.
Yeah.
You will always, especially major lies like that, because I'd been through a situation where someone had also previously lied to me.
Yeah.
And whether they tell you or whether you figure it out, it's going to happen. And it's going to come out.
So, my mom, ever since we were little, she drilled this into us, right? She's like, when you are caught with something, right? In that moment, you have 2 options. Either you lie or you tell the truth. If you tell the truth, it's going to be hard in that moment, but you will live a conscious, free life. Right? You will continue to live and you will never have to think about that again because you owned up to it. If you lie, you will spend the rest of your life keeping up with that lie.
Mm-hmm.
You will never be able to have a moment of peace because the moment someone finds out, your whole thing will unravel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's something that I live by. That's something that my siblings live by. I can say wholeheartedly that when I spoke to him, I was honest. I told him everything. Every little thing. There wasn't a thing I hid from this man. Because I was thinking, he's going to be my future husband. He deserves to know who he's marrying.
Mm-hmm.
Good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I didn't get that back. It was like keeping up with the Joneses for him.
Yeah.
So, I hope that he learned from this and hopefully
honestly, and here's the thing, even if he doesn't learn from this, forget about it, because someone with obviously wish the best for him at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Never I
No
never
ill
wish bad
feelings,
for
yeah.
I never wish bad, no, many ill feelings, but I never wish bad. I never wish bad for anyone else.
Yeah.
Right? If I see him, probably call him a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard he lives close. You know what I mean? But at the same time, to have character flaws that deeply and to be okay with lying to that extent is a lifelong issue.
Yeah.
And it's not something that anyone will learn from.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying without years and years and years and years of therapy, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
And self-work and self-reflection.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that's going to give this guy a slap on the wrist is his mom figuring it out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
And like I have to say, like, as from the girl's perspective, I am so blessed that my parents and family reacted the way that they did and took action so quickly. Because there are a lot of girls out there whose parents don't, and they end up going through these marriages, and some of them get divorced, some of them spend the rest of their lives in these homes, and it is not fair to them. And again, it goes back to like lo kya kenge. And for a minute there, I almost fell victim to that. Because in my head I was like, you can make it work, you can make it work. You just don't want it to get to the community that another broken engagement.
I actually think that you should have gotten married to him, because then you would be a divorcee, and Islamically, you're supposed to marry the divorcee over the non.
Oh, so you're saying get a first husband in order to get a real second husband?
Yeah, so you can help.
Absolutely
so
not.
you can help your
I will
future
get another
husband.
cat. I do not need to go through
No,
that.
you need to help your future husband fulfill a sunnah. And I'm just saying, you're thinking about
The
others.
sunnah is to get married, period, Dawood.
Sunnah is to marry divorce.
Sunnah is to get married. It is, you can marry it's more, it's more reward to marry a
There you
divorced
go.
girl.
There
but
you go.
It is still sunnah to get married, my guy.
Yeah, and it's also sunnah to get married to a divorced woman.
Yeah, so why do I have to get divorced in order to get married?
I'm just saying, you're helping benefit your future man.
Benefiting who? Me adding more trauma from
No,
another
your
boy?
Future, your future man. You're helping them.
Listen,
You're helping their hereafter.
Mr. Madiha Ashraf, wherever you are in this world,
Mr. Madiha Ashraf.
please be normal
Honestly, there's
and have a full head of hair
There's a few amount of
and be taller than 6 foot.
All right.
I want NBA babies.
To everybody on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, Madiha is looking for a husband. This is Madiha Ashraf. Explain. Talk about yourself a little bit.
Hi, Madiha. I'm 31. I like to hike.
And
I love coffee.
what are you looking for in a man?
6 foot plus.
That's negotiable.
Between 5'10" and up. Okay, that's the
Also negotiable.
hopefully in your 30s, because I don't want geriatric. Have hair. Educated, preferably a graduate degree.
Make upwards of 6 figures.
And if you don't, just be honest about it.
That's fine. It's not an issue. Yeah.
Together we can make 6
She's
figures.
very flexible. Like,
Very
just
flexible.
be honest.
Almost like I'm about to get evicted from my own house.
Almost like she's like her mom wants her out. Almost.
Caring, loving, good on his deen, respectful. Yeah.
All right.
It's not that hard.
Not that complicated.
Just be a good human being.
If you are any of those, make sure to fill out the application, the link below, so Madia can check you out and you guys can talk and have a conversation.
Yeah, because I ain't going back to that Paris auntie who made me pay her $1,800
That's right.
for a pathological liar.
That makes you look desperate. She did not pay.
My mother paid $1,800 for
mother
a pathological liar. What is my life?
Smriti Mundra, she wants...
Seema from Mumbai.
She needs to get matchmake. Yasmin Al Hadi, she needs to get matchmake. Please, I can reach out to Yasmin for you.
Okay.
Like, actually, genuinely.
You promise, you know, at this point, I feel like you're also a little bit of a pathological liar.
I'm not a pathological liar.
Because you've promised me all of these connects, and I have yet to see one come through.
I haven't promised anything. I've reached out
You
to
promised me Nolan.
No. Nolan is ghosting me.
You promised me Akash Singh.
Wait, I didn't promise you Akash.
You were in my office
I didn't
having a
promise you
meeting with
Akash.
Akash Singh, and I said, get him on the podcast. And what did you say? We're going to try.
I said we're going to try.
Yeah. What did that
He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
How do you know? I can be his charity case.
I can guarantee you that he's not going to do it. Unless you blow up like crazy, maybe.
Maybe after this. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see, actually. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Where were we?
You were giving me a link to below so people can come and fill out a application.
Yep, just reach out. She'll... Oh, Smriti Mundra. Oh, Yasmin Al Hadi. Yasmin.
There's the ADHD.
I'm undiagnosed but diagnosed. All right.
I don't have the ADD.
I definitely do.
My son does not have the ADD.
I definitely do, but what's crazy is people think I don't because I'm not hyperactive.
Yeah, you have the one without the hyperactivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have ADHD.
Historically, it was called ADD. Now they're both called ADHD with
That's
the
right.
hyperactivity component or without the hyperactivity
That's
component.
right.
Yes.
And people don't know that.
I do though.
Don't you hate when people like say shit and you're like, actually, no. You know what I mean? Where people are like, it's
like
ADD.
when oh yeah, my sister hates it because I fact check her all the time.
It's ADD.
Like the other day, she came into the house and she's like, "Oh, why is it so cold in here?" And I was like, "It's because cold air is more dense than hot air. Therefore, hot air rises and cold air sinks. And that's why when there's a fire, they tell you to stop, drop, and roll because the cooler air is on the bottom." And she's like, "Okay, I didn't ask for a science lesson, Madia."
Well, actually, fact checking your sister, it's not that the cold air is at the bottom, it's that the smoke rises. So
But also the
that's
cool
why
air is
you
at the
stop.
bottom.
No, that's why you stop, drop, and roll. It's not because of the cold air. It's because of the
we're
smoke.
both partially right.
Can I tell you this is an IQ thing.
IQA thing?
IQ.
Oh.
It's an IQ thing. To like actually it's a logic thing.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
associated
I
with
actually
IQ.
my way through life a lot, and then that's why I have. That's why we started with 50 of my closest personal friends, and we are down to the 20.
We're down to 20. So we're actually like ENFPs are actually really easy to get along, but also really hard at the same time.
Yeah, we're very stubborn.
Very stubborn.
That is something that I've been told multiple times in the past few months.
Many times.
Many times. Well, though, I hope you enjoyed Trauma Dump by Madia.
Yeah, I'm Madia's therapist as much as she is mine. So this is
For legal purposes, BHEC, he is not actually a client, and I am not actually his client. Thank you.
very true. But if I did want to disclose that, not against HIPAA. But
Therefore, yeah, he is right on that
I am
one.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Thank you,
yeah,
Dawood.
cool. I got you.
Actually, I got you.
That's right. That's right. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
And
Bye.
we'll catch you on the next one.